No, that's not what we're talking about.
£400.
We're not talking about that. England. We're not talking about that. You're adding stuff in to suit your narrative to try and make sure that you are not wrong. You are wrong. You made a false statement. It's not £400.
Okay.
Even when you add on the £35, it was coming up to £367. That's not £400.
And how you getting to the airport?
How you getting to the airport? And how you getting to the airport going to America?
Forget the America part. Why are you adding in America?
Because you put it in there.
No, because your argument is based off of the simple fact of me saying it's £400, not the America argument.
No, you said it. What is this man on?
It's £400, £400, or it's £360, £400.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you. Right.
That's not what we're arguing. That's not what we're arguing.
The more you continue to talk and try to justify this, is the less respect I have for you for your debating skills.
No,
seriously.
Brother, I'll show you why. Because you turned and said we're having an argument about is it £400, not about the America bit. You're added on the America bit afterwards.
No.
Which one are you trying to debate? Which one are you trying to debate?
You're changing it again.
Which one are you trying to debate?
You're changing it again. The actual.
He said, hold on, let's respect our happy.
It's true.
Brother, this is getting brought up in the podcast.
Blood.
I want this to carry on.
You said I can get to America for £400. Jay, is that what he said?
I never said before. I didn't say that.
No, wait, no. Jay,
is that freaking hell? I never said that. I said the amount we're spending, we could go to New York. That was the words I said.
What did I say that was different? What did I say that was different?
I said the amount we're spending, we can go to America.
I said America, you said New York. What's different with what I said?
All right, the amount we're spending, we can get to America.
What's different in what I said?
With the amount we're spending, we can get to America.
Right, so you said New York, I said America.
New York.
What's the difference in what I said?
Go on, the amount we're spending can get us to America.
The amount that we're spending is £292 plus 40, which comes out how much? 330. Yeah. Is that £400?
No, go on.
Right, so it's not £400.
Go on.
So then you... Well, no. You just did a search and you worked out to stay in a hostel in New York with the hotel, with the flight, cost how much?
I think it was 600 including the...
No, don't interrupt. So so we've come from 335 to 600, and you saying that's the same. Is that what you're saying? Just answer the question, yes or no? No.
It's a bully boy tactic, by the way.
It is a bully boy tactic.
It is a bully boy tactic.
No, stop. Just answer the question, please.
I can't answer it.
You can, because yes or no.
There's one part. No.
I'm not bringing you in. I'm not bringing you in. I'm not bringing you in. No, I'm not. Because you don't want to answer the question. Sorelli, is 335 the same 106.07? No, bro. Right. Wiley, same question. Is it the same as 607?
It's not.
Right. Jay, no, stop. Jay, is it the same as 607?
This is ignorant.
It's not. So I'm not listening. The argument's done.
This is ignorant. This is ignorant.
For those that are watching on the live, the simple question was, is £367 the same as £400? Buddy was saying it was. Rain was saying
no, it wasn't.
And this has been debated.
You see, I love the way everyone's playing out.
This is the empty podcast.
And so far, if anybody's watched any of this, I haven't been allowed to speak my point from jump. But you know what? Buddy is keeping his mouth closed.
I'm okay for Buddy. I think he was trying to say, once you're spending this much, you might as well look at...
Right, now if that was the debate... No, he's bailing you out.
This is the point.
If you said that, Jay's exact words is, I think he's trying to say, not that you did say. But Buddy,
I couldn't say, because you wouldn't allow me. The cameras tell you that.
I'm not the people that you talk to on a daily basis where you can talk your way out of situations. You are wrong. Categorically wrong.
Jay understood straight away without me having to say anything.
He said, I think. He said, I think. The word think means that I'm kind of unsure, but let me try to assume theory. That's what the word think means. Of course it does.
You know why? Do you know why? Because you wouldn't allow me to speak.
You spoke. You told. You said.
Look at the recording,
you
fam. This is why I said start recording now.
You said
it's perfect,
right.
bro.
So
this is perfect.
Why did we get to the start recording now? Because you said your statements.
Let's speak now. Let me speak.
You said your statements at the beginning. 335 is the same as 607. Then you said start recording now. Then you tried to say, oh, that's ignorant. Ignorance is lack of knowledge. You've definitely definitely got a lack of knowledge. If you believe £300 is the same as 607.
Your ignorance is that you won't allow anybody else to speak. You believe your truth, but you won't allow somebody else to speak
It's
theirs.
fact.
All right. This is done.
Oh, man. I don't know how you deal with it.
We've done with that battle.
Yeah.
And this is the empty pot. We haven't even had a chance to jump in yet.
We're 40 minutes in.
But I tell you what is going to be either, and I feel sorry for Buddy now because Buddy's going to have, Buddy's under it right now. He's just going to debate with
He's going
Ray.
into the rainstorm, innit?
And now, for those of you that watched the last podcast when we was in the studio, there was a bet held between myself, Sorelli, and Buddy about what would happen with the Tyson Fury fight. I said Tyson Fury would win in 12 round on points. Buddy said...
You said it wrong.
Oh, shit.
I said what wrong?
Sorry,
You said
Sorry, I said Usyk.
Thank you very much.
I said
already these people are trying to jump on me before I even spoken. But it's fine.
I said Usyk would win 12 round on points, and Buddy said
Tyson Fury would win on points.
and Sorelli
I
said
Usyk would have a knockout.
a knockout by around I think
10.
he said round 10. We all know the results of the
Should have been round 9.
Should have been round 9.
It should have been round 9.
I'm just saying, innit?
It didn't work out that way. Now
Cheated.
the bet that was put on the table for us to bet with was, and it was Sorelli who came with the actual thing, was to say has to be an expensive bottle of drink for the winner, not the winners, the winner. And I'm happy to say, my friend Sorelli has stuck by his word and has provided me with
All right, as your winnings, my brother. Congratulations.
a bottle. Thank you very much.
Is it open?
Thank you very much. No, it's a bottle
Wow,
owned
the
solely for the winner.
shade is real today.
Brand new.
Winner.
Brand new. Wait. We need Rain to inspect it. Please, Rain. Let's give you a seal of approval.
Just check. You can check
Yep.
it.
Seal of
Yeah,
approval.
that's definitely closed. Yeah,
That the seal is not open.
Okay.
Do you advocate for this drink?
I do advocate, dark rum from St. Lucia. I would query that, but again, it's the thing.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Authenticity. There we
Thank
go.
you very much. Buddy, I'm waiting for your.
You will get a bottle, Wiley.
I'll get a bottle.
okay.
Thank you very much.
That's fine.
Fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. No problem. So, gentlemen.
Here we are.
You're terrible,
3 weeks to get your bottle.
Brother, you know what? The funniest thing is,
Why are you starting, bro? I just said it's been 3 weeks.
do you know what it feels like the battle of Buddy today? All right, but it's fine.
Don't play the victim, blood.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Look, listen, you're on heat right now, so it's fine,
I
isn't
brought a
it?
bottle.
All right.
So there's no victim here.
I do this for a
brought
living.
bottle.
I do it for a living.
It's fine. You're on heat. It's fine.
I do it for a
All
living.
right?
I brought a bottle.
I'm sitting there saying to you, it was my birthday this past week. I've been trying to enjoy it, all right, and just live my life. I'm not thinking about bets. I've had a great, an amazing, and I'm using the word amazing May. It's been brilliant for me, all right. This is the last 2 days, today and tomorrow, all right. Last couple of days, I'm gonna enjoy the rest of it. I ain't even thinking. No, there's no stress. I'm not even bothered. So no, it's water off a duck's back for me. So yes, you'll get your bottle, no problem.
There you go.
All right.
Nice. No, let's not stress him.
No,
He
I
said
just
he's
want to know. I don't know.
So, how's your week been, buddy?
It's been amazing.
He said it's been amazing. He said
I'm
it's been
gonna
amazing.
that's
See,
my
you lot on this
word.
never thing. Man, turn up next year. Yeah. Well, you know, there was a drink I owed you 4 years ago.
Brother,
I'm just asking, brother. Just asking.
do you know what? Was you at the last podcast?
Oh, that's below the belt.
I'm asking.
Wait, did I not just bring a drink for the bet that we had at the
I'm
last
just
podcast?
because I believe he was
You know
there. You know what I
something
mean?
that makes sense.
So there you go. Was you at the last podcast?
I was.
Okay. And obviously Tongo and Citrus wasn't at the last podcast. All right. And no one got the whole my birthday celebration.
Shouts
So
out
just leave
to-
me. Let me be.
Shouts
This
out
is
to
another.
Miss Angel Tish,
You know what I mean?
who said, "Battle of Buddy brings something else to mind," and also said, "Happy birthday, Buddy."
Thank you, my darling. See, people with nice energy. I like them people there.
Indeed. But your week has been good.
Brilliant. I mean,
good to hear.
I'm trying to work out, where the whole month's been brilliant. I mean, I just don't know where you want me to start, to be fair.
No, but it's your month. All your stars are aligned. Go for it. Man.
Everything about this month has been amazing. I can't even lie. It's been, it's definitely hit a spot in every part. Like even like personal life, excitement. I suppose work life is a bit on the fence. But you know what? That was to be expected considering I'm busy enjoying myself. Party life's been great. The stars are aligning. That's all I can say.
Nothing you want to share with detail.
Is his birthday?
Yeah, I know. I want to hear he was in the floor. There was something on the side of the wall.
No. There's no real detail that I want to express.
Hey, no stories.
Nothing I want to put out there in the public eye. But there've been like great parties. That's the most I can really say. Great parties and great things that have happened through the month. So
Next
it's been
time
great.
you tell us, so we can get eMpTy podcast
Bro,
on the road.
like I said, the battle of buddy at the moment, I don't really want to say anything else before anything else blows up on me. You know what I mean?
Lars playing the victim, man.
There's a storm brewing over there, so I'm like, let me just leave that rain cloud alone.
Don't play the victim, man. Play the victim, man. Just run into it.
See, there we go.
Let's go to Wiley next.
My week's been good, you know. I've had a very decent week. I had my grandson over the weekend, was having a lot of fun with him. I've had loads of meetings this week with work-wise. I played at a funeral on Tuesday, I believe it was. It was a obviously sad event. Good to see so many people, but I think what generally comes to mind with these sorts of things is that you always see so many of your friends and family when it's a thing like that. So just made me think, you know what, try and do better, meet up with people a lot more, spend time with people because you never know when they're not going to be here. But yeah, week's been good. I cannot complain.
That's good.
You go, because I'm not doing that stuff. I'm just going to go straight into it.
You're coming to pure...
Yeah, no, I'm just going to go straight into it. I'm going to link it in, but yeah, you go.
To be fair, me being a simple guy, ever so slightly broken and that, I had a good couple of weeks. Last podcast I really enjoyed. Had a lot of good feedback from it after the podcast. They said certain people weren't here so you could talk. No name mentioned. Unless people were here not arguing. But anyway. Now I've been good. I've enjoyed celebrating Buddy's birthday with him.
Thank you, my brother.
Even if you made me spend more money than I wanted to.
Still haven't spent some of it, but it's fine.
But yeah, it was good vibes. It was good spending your birthday with you. Known you for a very long time now. Still owe me a drink, but it was good. It was good. Family's doing well. I can't complain right now. Work is busy. The weather's a little bit hit and miss.
Do you know, I want to say something else. Why did he even turn up to my birthday? They don't turn up to nobody's birthday.
Wow, and somebody's on throwing shade. But anyway,
no,
I'm going to deflect that. Yeah,
but it was great. Why did he even turn up to my birthday? It was great.
Let's keep that going. I know. I like to say you're
well, you don't turn up to loads of things.
Like you're the Black Santa Claus when you turn up.
When I saw him there, I was happy, you know. I was like, right, Wiley's here, it's good.
Unbelievable.
But yeah, we had a good time with Vybz. We spent his birthday with him. We went out for one event in the park where there was too much mud.
Where, yeah. This is what I mean. I don't care. I'm not even that. It's just like encroaching into the topic. We're 45 minutes in. But what I'm going to do, it's not a roundup of the week, but just some stories that are out there that that people should be aware of. So, firstly, you know, the Olympics is this year.
Yeah.
In Paris. And you know, in the Olympic Village, they have put in anti-sex beds. So actually, the bed, you can't have sex on it. I don't know how it works. It's just a bit mad. I just thought
anti-sex
in the Olympic quarters for the
athletes. Yeah, anti-sex beds.
How does it work?
I'm not sure. I'm looking at it.
I'm now doing that just because I want to do it now. That would just make me say anti-sex bed.
Maybe it's got some friction and thing like that.
I don't even know.
How does it work?
I don't know. Maybe it's the way that it's
just
built.
Less springs. That means it's uncomfortable.
Maybe it takes your weight, but then if you start to boom,
it just goes bow.
It back mashes up. I don't know. It's just mad. I thought it was a mad story.
You just do it standing up.
I like that.
No, man.
The technology, brother. Think outside of the box.
Nicki Minaj. Did anyone see the situation where she
got arrested?
Got arrested, and she's trying. I don't know. I wasn't there. Holland. She's saying it was racism. So the story is that she
didn't say. Did she say racism?
That's
I didn't think she said that they was trying to stop her. And they want to stop her progress. All about
Nicki has blamed racism for her arrest and disgusting treatment. So that was a quote. So just in case people don't know, she was doing a show in
Manchester.
In the European country. I think it was the Netherlands.
Holland.
Yeah. And then she had pre-rolled weed. Basically, she had weed, but not bags. So it was her security details, and she got caught with it. And then they put her in the van. She filmed it, and then they didn't let her off. They fined her. And then let her go.
See, the thing is, where she had a little point is, where she was coming from, it's legal to have what they had. She also then turned and said that they wouldn't let her near her bags. So she feels like it was more a case of like, she said, where's my bags? There's certain things that they was going to plant in it, etc., etc.
Right.
She also said that the staff took responsibility for it. So whether it was that or it wasn't, but the staff said it was theirs.
Sorry.
All right.
Bullshit.
No,
More bullshit.
You know what I mean?
Because you're going to, she's going to perform. Because of this event happening, people who had flown, travelled to the event, 3-4 hours later, the artist you've come to see is still not there.
No, so where you got it wrong, she'd finished performing in the Netherlands. She was on her way to Manchester to perform in Manchester. She had
Are you sure?
Yeah, it was definitely Manchester. She had a performance over here.
Right.
The part of where people are waiting is not incorrect, brother. People are waiting for
Yeah, in Manchester. I'm saying
it doesn't matter where.
So they stopped her though. Is what I'm trying to say.
This is another rain argument.
No, I'm not getting into it. In fairness, I lost because I was thinking about the link. But yeah, look, at the end of the day, I hear what you're saying because she said that I'm in a country where it's legal, but you got it in your bag to go somewhere else. Yeah. That's illegal. You know what I mean? That's what's it called? Smuggling. She's a smuggler.
And even if it's legal in the country, you can't go on a plane with it in the country. It doesn't
Do you know
make
what,
sense.
the funniest thing is, I mean, not exposing anybody, all right, but it's like I've been away and I've seen people
smuggled.
No, I've seen people take back it's a spliff. Do you know what I mean? There's people smoke spliffs over here.
I get it.
All right?
I wasn't there. I didn't know anything about it.
No, whether it's you lot, I never said it was you lot in it. But I'm saying to you, I've been away and I've seen people say, "Oh, no, I'm taking my spliff with me." I bought it over in Rotterdam or Amsterdam where it was legal, and I got one left or two left or whatever it is. I'm taking it with me, and how would I take it with them? Taking it with them.
Do you reckon that's justified then? Do you reckon they're justified in doing that then?
I mean,
I said,
no, you can't. Come on, really, man. Like, they bought it to smoke. They were smoking it in the country where it was legal. Now they're gonna go now home to smoke. They want to smoke their last spliff or whatever else. Not. Are they justified for doing it? I don't know. It's theirs, isn't it? It's possession. It's my possession. I'm gonna do it. I don't know. It's a very
clear cut.
I think it's straightforward.
Thank you for saying that. It's very clear cut and defined.
Straightforward. If you know what you're taking, you can't take it to where you're going. You can't have it there. It's as simple as that.
The rule applies to everyone. Do not take scissors, guns, knives, jugs on the plane. Oh, well, I've got this last Bora with me and I didn't sell it.
That's Bora.
That's what I have to say in it. So I'm just going to take it on the plane with me because it's mine. I bought 20 of them and I've got one left. Come on, brother.
It's a spliff, bruv.
Yeah, but country's rules are country's rules.
I get it,
Yeah,
but I'm
exactly.
just saying it's a spliff.
Go to them Asian countries and teach something.
So moving swiftly on, kind of linked, but not artist-wise. So today is a very important day in the trial of Vybz Kartel. So what it is, I can't remember what the justice's name is, but one of the high up person is going to listen to and say if he is able to be released or from custody pending trial. So they're announcing that today at 2 p.m. in Jamaica. Okay. So imagine what that would mean.
Do you know what I heard, and I don't know a lot about the trial and everything that's going on, but I heard that the king, I was calling Prince Charles, but the king has said that he's endorsed the fact that he wanted the state or something to pay back the money for the trial. Because obviously, this was part of the reason why they're talking about him being released and stuff. Because if he's going to be released, they want him to pay back the money. So it was kind of becoming a big thing of him being released. And I know a lot of people in Jamaica don't want him to be released. Like
it's touch and go, innit?
Yeah. But there's a lot of artists that are saying that they don't want him to be released, and there's like people are like they're sitting on the edge. They're saying they don't want him to be released. I don't know anything about it, so I'm sitting there like, well, why not? Like
He's been there for how long now? 10 years?
I'm not sure. He's been there for a while.
He's been there for a while, but he's still making music. And I mean, we got to say this though, innit? Like if you're guilty of doing something and you've actually done it, then should you be released? As much as
no.
Yeah, about to say, as much as we like your music and think you're an amazing artist, should you not? If you killed a person, if you've killed a person, do you not deserve to say, well, I create great music?
No, jail.
So let me out.
So if you break the rules, it applies to everybody.
Well, you're on a witty one today, yeah?
Shout out to Miss Angel till she said there's no justification for importation unless you are willing to do the bird.
Oh, raw. Okay, serious.
It's like Buddy just tripped himself up and busted it.
Did, but he's saying this thing.
I said it's not me, but I mean, people do it, they do it, innit?
So with that, and hopefully you see the seamless link. So with that, City Splash happened.
Yo!
And there was a big artist there. There was 30,000 people there. And the link is that if Kartel is free, would he be the person to top Capleton next year?
Would he be even allowed to?
No, he wouldn't be. He wouldn't be.
the prison record.
But would he be the person? Because I can't see anyone that would do a better show than Capleton.
You think Capleton was that wicked?
Yes.
I mean, I'm not saying I didn't, but I'm just saying to you.
I'm saying yes. And the question is, who would be better than Capleton? And this is out to people that are on the live now. If he was at City Splash, and we'll come into the mechanics of what happened and blah, 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 but who would be better to be on that lineup than Capleton as a headliner? Headliner, you know? So this is a an hour. I think Capleton was on for an hour and a half.
Wow.
But they brought him on too late though.
Yeah, well, I don't think so, because if you did, everyone would have left.
We all did.
There's
No. I'll be very real, yeah. All right, and this is the feedbacks that I've got from a lot of people, right? Yeah. There was a part where obviously he was dropping some of his bashy, bouncy tunes, and everybody was like, "Whoa!" Everyone was singing in the crowd. It was wicked. I caught a vibe in it. It was nice. Then he went a bit righteous, and when he started to go righteous, even I was like, one song, all right, cool. 2 songs, all right, cool. He done this freestyle thing, which I thought was wicked. The crowd didn't really take to it. I was like, you see what he just did there? I was like, he's rolling, bruv. And there was like, all right, cool. Turned around, it started to be a bit more spread out. Then I said, you know, I'm gonna go and check a couple people. You wait here for me for a second. I'll come back in a minute. Went back out, so everybody was leaving. I came back in. I was like, rah. Now he's going super righteous. I was like, rah.
So older generation, brother.
But when it was going,
the young ain't gonna know.
So Citrus, who I was with, one of the people I was with, and Citrus standing there, and he was even like, yeah. I was like, yeah, and he goes, he went a bit too righteous now. Like couple people didn't catch, but the beginning part. Boy,
but the beginning part was righteous. He started off with righteous.
Yeah, but then he
I don't think the word is righteous. I think you're talking about back catalogue. A lot of the people that were there will know his earlier stuff. When he goes back to his deep back catalogue, they don't know it.
They didn't know it. So it kind of went a bit. So when you say about how I started seeing people leave. Like we left, I think, just before the ending, only because I wanted to get away from the whole rush of getting out. All right, but it was like, I'm all right now. I enjoyed that. I'm gonna come down. I was like, yeah, I'm ready to leave. He's going a bit righteous now. People are leaving anyway. Let's bounce. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear that, and it's different strokes for different folks. For me, I went to last year. Last year was Chronics. It was better than Chronics by a country mile. I don't even know who was there the first year. And I'm thinking, who would they get to top? Like who? Like the concert was, I think, or concert. The show was. Some people might have paid £45 and then it went up to 50 or whatever. That's 60. Well, it depends on how early you bought them. But who would you fork out your money as a headliner to go and see?
Well,
who?
Miss Angel. One second. Miss Angel Tish said the only reason why Vybz will top him is the notoriety of seeing him fresh out of jail. And her next thing is, I think Sizzla might top him.
Bro, that's what I said, Sizzla.
Sizzla would be bad boy. I'd like to see Sizzla.
I don't think Sizzla's got the catalogue.
But the thing is, Beanie had a good catalogue. Obviously, he was there this year. But
we're going to fight now.
No.
Is this the part where we actually get into a fight?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
It's true, and I can do it objectively as the non-Caribbean here who was just playing the music.
You know what?
As a music
I want to pull up a bet and start dropping 3-second tunes from Sizzla.
Sizzla.
You would run out after 12 songs.
Jeez.
You would run out after 12 songs.
You know what you have to do? Here's the best way to look at it, yeah? Think of it like a versus. 20 versus 20.
Okay.
If you had 20 of Sizzla's best tunes and 20 of Capleton's best tunes...
Oh, he's not coming up to Capleton now.
Who would win the versus?
For me, Sizzla's variety of how he goes from black woman and child, to brother, that range that you can... Oh, I'm matching up the mic now. That range that you can pull out, for me,
You're right. He's got a range, but that range is
a window.
4 tunes on that side, and it's about 6 tunes on that side. Capleton is double that, plus the catalogue from when he wasn't Ras.
Remember,
I'm talking about
when he had
tour.
You're just making his point.
The fade and all that.
You play that kind of thing. He don't know what you're talking about.
But this is the thing. It's a verses, isn't it? It's a verses.
He's like, he didn't have dreads.
Yeah.
When did he not have dreads?
And you have to remember as well, Sizzla really, his peak, if you look at it, his peak was really the late 90s through to like the late 2000s. Capleton, you could argue...
To be fair, that's my era. That's why
Capleton,
I feel like I need to come and sit over there.
You could argue Capleton has had 2 different eras. The era of when he was the dancehall Beenie Man...
that era.
That era. Then he has the era when he was in the late 90s to the early 2000s.
The More Fire album.
Then you have the singing Capleton. So he's got 3 different catalogues he could really reach for and drag through.
Do you know the worst thing is? Sorry, I have to interrupt. You know Jay... The producer
is exploding.
He wants to come in on this. He's another yard man. He wants to sit there and say, "Yo, let me just tell him this. Just explode this thing." Jay, drop a bar for us, please.
What you're gonna have to? You'll need a mic because
we need to catch a mic.
When you're talking, they couldn't hear what you said. That was quite clear.
What, producer not have mic?
Repeat Jay's comments, please.
He's coming.
He's coming to sit down.
He's not. He's coming. The body is there, but he's taking the microphone.
You guys are forgetting like the Don Corleone rhythms that Sizzla was on.
What were the tunes?
Capleton wasn't on many of those. And Sizzla was very active around that, and he's got more dancehall-ish songs. Sizzla has a lot of songs if you know his catalogue.
But what were the tunes?
And I think, I don't know. What do you mean? What were the tunes?
What were the tunes on the Don Corleone rhythms? What were the tunes?
What's the bait one on the same one as TLK?
That's one of my favourite ones. Yeah, come on, DJ.
I'm trying to think. You can only be talking about
On the
because I'm trying to think. When I was playing Sizzla those times there, and he was on the dancehall thing.
He was on a couple of those. He was on a couple of the big rhythms.
But you know,
so if you're going to give Capleton credit for the other areas, you have to give Sizzla credit for staying relevant in that area.
You know the reason why I can't. The reason why I can't say Sizzla would be above Capleton. I can't say on any of them rhythms that Sizzla was a standout artist.
Peace, all right.
I can't say his songs were the standout songs on those rhythms. I can say.
He was.
No, but these are some of the biggest rhythms.
Hold on.
These are some of the biggest rhythms in history, though.
Husband Goody Goody.
Well, on Brookout.
I can say Tour. I can say everybody needs somebody to love. I can say when I was, and this is when I was like growing about 15, 16. There was a time and a period where every year Capleton would release a tune, and that would be the summer tune for the year, for at least 3 years straight. I can't say that for Sizzla.
What age was you?
I was about 16. So you're talking like about the mid-90s. This is when Buju was dropping all Bogle and things there. Remember, he was on all those rhythms as well. He was on the Bogle rhythm. He was on enough of those rhythms.
Rhythm. What's his song on Drop Leaf Rhythm?
Yeah.
What, Sizzla?
Sizzla had one.
Yes, you got to be strong. I can't remember what it's called, you know.
Yeah, Be Strong.
Be strong.
Yeah.
But that's not the number one tune on that rhythm, though.
Of course not.
That's one of the best tunes on there.
It's the best tune on the rhythm.
He had the beast on the juice rhythm as well.
It's top two.
He had on the juice rhythm.
It's top two tunes on that rhythm.
So
like Footprints was the big one at the time.
Footprints was the big one. No, Jackie was the
Be
second biggest
Strong
one.
and Jackie lasted the test of time.
Yeah, right.
But
So
and there's more rhythms.
Yeah.
I could just go there and just list them off if you want.
You can list, but the point is that you can list them off, yeah? But what
And
I'm
if I
saying
play
is...
them right now, you all start singing.
But if I started playing the Capleton song, remember, Capleton was on for an hour and a half. He was on for an hour and a half. And he started...
And you said people left.
He started...
You had to get men righteous.
But you're not lying.
Do you think... People leaving for whatever reason. Two things. Do you think if that was Jamaica and St. Mary we come from, that's as Capleton's dance, which happens in August, anyone's leaving? No. It's England and it's wet and it's muddy. That's one.
No, I'm not giving the muddy bit. We read that, bro.
Some people came... Anyway, we'll come to that in a minute. Can't remember what my second point was.
Because it wasn't none.
They're always the second point. The thing is, if you was to put them tunes head to head, if you was to put 20 tunes head to head, what tune would you put against a tune like, I don't know, Jaja City?
Listen.
Yeah, but the point is that you're defending the artist. Tell me what you would use. That's what I'm saying. I get it. But what is the tune you would use?
Scissor's got
Scissor's a good shout, bro.
Off the top of my head right now, I can't think of all of them.
Let's just say Black Woman and Child. Okay. What tune would you use to go against Slew Them?
There we go.
Let's just say Dry Cry. Let's just say Dry Cry. Let's just say...
How many big Capleton tunes is there really?
Huh?
No, big.
Big?
No, not big for
Big?
you.
I'm saying big,
Big,
yeah?
big.
Okay.
Big for the audience.
Okay, big for the audience.
That he was trying to carry.
Okay. No, that's true. That's true.
What audience though?
City Splash.
City Splash. He's right.
City Splash.
That's the question. That was the
At
question.
City Splash, I personally think the crowd didn't know Capleton.
Oh, come on. No.
I'm
not with that.
How many of these songs really made it mainstream? Like big enough to be played now
internationally,
and most urban people know it. There's Through Them. There's what's it? Huh?
Hunt You.
Sorry.
Hunt You?
How's it go?
Hunting to find the natural girl that is mine. Black woman, me, I hunt you.
Yeah, that one.
Just about.
That's
a bang.
No.
That's a definite.
I'm with you, but
that's a
Hunt You's massive, fam.
No, I'm talking City Splash audience, all of them.
No, they all knew
Definitely.
that one. I tell you what it was, and that's why I was going to agree with your point. That there was probably about 7 tunes that everybody knew and was singing.
Only 7?
I'll be honest with you, there was one part, and I mentioned this to Relly before. Citrus started singing, and he was spitting word for word. the crowd started turning around and looking at us.
Exactly, that's the
and
point.
they were looking at me like, I was like, and he was singing word for word, like, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I'm sitting there like, yo, Citrus, do your thing, this is your concert now. And they was like, right, I knew every word, because it was a big tune, and it was a big tune that he was singing. And I was like, right, I knew bits of it, but I didn't know any of it. Like, I didn't know the amount he knew. All right? And it was like they didn't know it at all.
But
like,
so then the shoe on the other foot now with the Sizzla, how would they have known Sizzla?
Minimum at least the same.
I reckon,
minimum.
like you said, the 12 tracks that you're saying, I'm with him on that.
It's not 12. You said 7, right?
No, I said 7.
He said 7, right?
Yeah, he said 12.
Maybe 7, like in terms of
Sizzla's bangers?
word for word.
Well, bangers.
So Sizzla's bangers would outdo Capleton's bangers, is what you're saying.
They're more up to the time.
Nah.
That's
No
what
way.
it is.
That's
In a sense,
nonsense.
Just a little bit more.
they're new. Like you just said, his era was the end of the 90s, 2000s. So this is when, for me, obviously, I'm younger than you lot, but it's like, when I was probably now coming out saying, oh, let me go raving and hearing, who was I hearing? I was hearing Sizzla. Was I hearing Capleton? You man are saying, no, you don't know Capleton.
You were hearing Capleton, but you didn't know.
But I didn't know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But then it was very...
The same way you was hearing Buju when you was growing up, but you just knew the tunes. Same way you was hearing Beenie Man, where you just knew the tunes.
No, but you knew Beenie Man and Buju and Beenie Man.
I'm not talking about the commercial Beenie Man that are blown after Who Am I? Not the Beenie Man that everyone knew because he was now the popular artist. I'm talking about the Beenie Man that everybody was hearing on the Reggae Hits album and stuff. Remember, when all that was... Because I'm only speaking... I'm only speaking as a man who was buying music and playing music. I don't have any vested interest in any of these artists. I'm speaking as a music man who was buying music and playing music. When I was buying music and playing music, Capleton, 100%. If I was playing that today, I would be playing a lot more Capleton tunes if I was playing the old school set. 100%, because Capleton, he transcends over at least about three different eras.
30 days, 30 years. Sizzla was doing his thing. Like, Sizzla is an artist. He's my artist as well, but it's very short. Sizzla can't do an hour and a half.
Sizzla can do an hour and a half.
He can't do an hour and a half.
Sizzla can do
He can't do an hour and a half, blood. You lot are struggling to tell me 10 tunes.
Sizzla can do an hour and a half, brother.
You're struggling to tell me.
So wait,
Google it. Google the tunes, them, G. Google them.
Yeah, even drop them on the live.
No,
you can't drop them live. You can't drop them.
Yeah.
It's got like, you know the real thing.
Yeah.
3 bangers on that album. Like
So there's Dry Cry, there's Thank You Mama, there's Simplicity if you want to go there, 'cause that's one of my favourite songs, Simplicity, but no one don't care about that, because no one don't know about it. What's the other?
Just one of those days.
Just one of those, yeah, of course. So you've got 3 off the real thing. Off a More Fire album, you've got 7 tunes. Off the More Fire album alone.
Alone.
Oh, we still got more albums.
Yeah, but
I'm talking about like most people.
tell me another Sizzla album.
Another Sizzla album.
You can't. It's,
He's released too many though.
he's released a lot of shit, is what you want to say.
No.
Come on. Because he's a Jamaican dancehall artist, let's not all defend him. He's released a lot of shit.
Amina Akua says the crowd was not ready for Capleton. You have to know your music to know Capleton.
Wow, you have to expose her like that.
That's what she said. She said Capleton.
Yeah, but that's the typo, fam.
But it might be a typo. But the point is, it's true. You have to know your music. I believe you have to know your music to know Capleton's catalogue. His catalogue of music alone is too broad.
But I'm sorry, but Sizzla ain't outdoing Capleton ever. Don't be silly.
I mean,
even if Capleton stopped now in his career, as Sizzla carried on, he still wouldn't outtune Capleton. You're crazy.
Newbie in the room. I understand the question before.
I know what the question was. If Capleton and Sizzla done a versus, who would win? I know what the question
That
is.
wasn't the question, bro.
No, that was the question I asked.
It wasn't the question. It was a mutation.
The mutation of the question.
But
Right.
also, Sizzla could not do a better performance either, I don't think. Okay.
Let me just.
All right, so let's just, because we're spending a lot of time. Just the question is, who could top Capleton next year?
Bounty Killer or Buju?
Buju definitely not.
Bounty Killer or Buju?
Buju stopped too early. And
Buju can't do Boom Bye Bye. He can't do Boom Bye Bye.
stopped too early.
It's only one tune.
You know what? I don't know.
Nah,
He can't do it.
Because
It's
only one tune.
The Chichi Man song was played in there.
Right, and what were the words? Because this is what I clock. Capleton didn't bun no Batty Man. He didn't bun no
but it was-
Sagamite. He didn't bun the Queen. He didn't bun the Pope. He didn't pull John Paul. He didn't bun John Paul II. I listened to everything. He changed it where he's saying I bun inequality, dead without dignity, and all them things.
Yeah. True.
There's
But that's
no-
only one tune.
He slipped up once and he said something, and I think
Yeah,
you could see it in his face.
I was like,
yeah.
And I said, they knew he was gonna do this. Why did they let him
No,
here?
and that's the other thing why Sizzla can't do it. Sizzla is not listening to no one. He's going on there and he's bunning who he's bunning.
Yeah.
And that's what. No, it's true.
I want to see it, brother.
But that's why he can't
I want to be there and see it.
He went on radio.
Yeah.
He went on Radio 1, bun the Queen. You see? Okay, you're not coming back. That's it.
So maybe Sizzla next year then, yeah?
So no.
For like the type of crowd City typically have.
I think Mavado could do a thing, but remember, Mavado's here in July. So he's killing off the notoriety is not there. But Mavado and then potentially the girl that clashed, Steph London. Yes, she, and then maybe, like, I don't know who else, because they already brought over Busy. He came over. He did very well, actually.
I think he's the best performance of the day.
No, you're moving mad.
No, I'm not moving mad, though. I'm not moving mad, though. The time that he had,
Yeah.
he completely smashed it.
He did well, though.
He did do
Completely
well.
smashed
But the
it.
thing is that you got to
Might
think
be
of...
controversial to say, but I reckon
It's not
for
controversial.
me-
It's opinion,
for
so I
me,
get it.
I think he did the best performance of the day.
Yeah.
Beanie was good as well, though.
I thought Beanie was good.
Beanie's always good, though.
I was more disappointed in was that I think to myself, his catalogue's big enough for him to be doing the Capleton, like have
He
been
could,
a headliner.
easily.
He
But
could
he
easily done a
chose
headliner.
not to specifically because he knows that it's a younger crowd and they don't know, Beenie Man from back then. If he starts
be honest-
singing those deep tunes,
I don't know, because
you're gonna get that same.
He's got a lot of tunes that are very popular
And consistent. He's
and
been-
consistent.
yeah.
And remember, he's got songs mixed with R&B artists,
And with a lot of
hip-hop
them
artists.
US artists.
Yes, what I'm saying. All them
He could've
hip-hop
gone in.
artists. And then, but what I felt about his performance, I felt like it was lazy.
It was.
It's like he didn't want to sing the songs.
No.
Like he wanted all us to sing all the songs. But he didn't want to sing much of the words and all this.
I think he held
that's what it
back a
felt
little
like.
bit. That's what I think to myself because
Well,
at the end of
he's
the day,
got loads of performances.
yeah,
innit?
he couldn't go hard because you're not the headliner.
Don't matter.
You're here. He was
Doesn't
two
matter.
before the headline.
You don't have
So-
to be the headliner to perform well.
No, but
You don't want to outshine the headliner.
yeah.
No, but
you want to make sure you get booked again, innit?
You want to do your
So
performance.
he done his thing.
What do
innit?
you think
He
Beanie
doesn't
Man
need
business is
to.
about outshining Sizzla after Sizzla and his man then box him in, the Capleton and the man then box him in the face?
I mean,
Allegedly.
Oh, it's not.
in the face.
Beanie Man, yeah. I don't know if it was
I
Capleton
saw,
or if it was
I saw something
Entourage.
where
Years
they
ago.
boxed Sizzla in the face.
No,
And some man said something,
A man,
suck his mama.
a man told
Suck
Sizzla
his
on the
mama.
stage to suck his mother, and Sizzla
And
said,
his boys went straight for
Sizzla
the
said,
jugular.
"Is that yes, sir?" And the man then came out from the back. There's about
Straight
four of
for the
them.
jugular, you know?
Yeah.
No long thing.
He said, "Is that yes,
His
sir?"
boys had him.
I was cracking up, but yeah.
His boys had him. That
I
was
want
mad.
Sizzla to come. I want to see him on stage.
so man, am I saying Sizzla now?
Bro, I've always,
no,
as soon
no.
as the question came,
No.
for me, Sizzla. That's
Sizzla can't come.
I know.
He can't because
Buju or
I'm
Bounty, I'm telling you.
it's too much
I
Bun
say
Batman
Bounty,
tunes.
to be honest,
Buju,
but-
Bounty, Sizzla.
I think I'm
Your
of the
cousin
same
can't
thing.
come, brother.
I'm of the same thing. No, I'm of the same thing of Mavado. You know.
Yeah.
Mavado,
I think that of that age range,
Yeah.
Mavado is
tear up.
popular still. He's been in the game long enough.
Who was there last year? Popcaan.
No, it was
It was Chronics.
Popcaan's another one
yeah.
that would do it.
But I think Mavado
For the age range,
game,
Popcaan.
Mavado's been in the game long enough that the longevity of what he's got, and he's got a catalogue. The catalogue, and
Yeah.
he's got a mixture of R&B tunes as well.
But
So
I'll say Popcorn as well.
Popcorn was here.
Popcorn's always here. He does his own shows. He does his own shows.
Popcorn is another one. For the age range that you're talking about, they know him. He's done things with Drake and all these. He's current. Yeah.
I personally think they can't get someone to do what happened this year, and I think they'd have to take it all down, give everybody 45-minute sets, and then you bring people like Alkaline, you bring
Adona.
Bonte Killer back, you might bring Mr. Vegas, let him do a 15 minutes. I think they got to work with that.
15 minutes for
Yeah,
No, it's true though. You bring Sean Paul and them kind of man there with them.
Yeah, Sean Paul too much money though.
Sean Paul's got a lot of catalogue though.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he has. But
What?
gas though.
he's got a lot of catalogue, but I don't. But I
That you care about?
don't. But I don't.
But
I'm not that.
But he'll
much a fan of
bring in the
Sean
crowd.
Paul.
Yeah, he'll bring the
Yeah,
crowd.
but he'll appeal to-
he'll bring the crowd.
Shana Paul.
Them people are the promoters are trying to keep this thing somewhat authentic. To have Sizzla as a headliner in England is a madness. To have Chronics as a headliner in Brixton is a madness.
Who else was it last year?
Tish
Skinny
said-
Ben was here
Tish
on
just
the other
said,
stage.
I don't know. might be one to come through as well.
He's my artist,
I said
but
Adonia a second ago.
like Idonia's gonna do 5
20
songs
minutes.
that people know,
20 minutes.
and then the rest of it is just bad man song, and we're not ready for that.
Yeah.
He's gonna pick up the speaker.
He's gonna do another
He's gonna
15,
pick up the
20
bonnet
minutes
and dash it in the
man.
crowd.
We're not ready for what he's gonna
He's
do.
gonna do a set like Business Signal.
So City Splash, going again, right?
It shouldn't be called City Splash, brother.
Yeah,
It
but
definitely was a City Splash though.
why you said that before?
Yeah, because to me, when I hear splash, take the city part out of it. When I hear splash, I'm expecting to hear, as you said, the bad man tune. Yeah,
Why?
the vibes, the everything. Because
it's,
in the Caribbean, when you hear there's a splash rave on, it's pure madness.
Yeah, but
I get the. It's
As
a
in, like,
vibe.
Sunsplash you're talking about?
I was about to say,
yeah.
do they still do reggae Sunsplash?
I'm getting sure.
Because I remember,
it's
I remember
it's
years
watered down.
ago they did
It's
it in
watered
Victoria
down.
Park. Years.
It's called something else now, I think.
I'm not upset about
Oh,
it.
not in, I don't know about England. I remember in England they tried a thing and it just flopped, crashed.
Yeah, I'm not.
But you're talking about in regards
Bro,
to
when you're in the
Sunsplash.
Caribbean and they say splash, sunsplash, or any of them splash events that's going
I
on.
don't know about any other splash than Sunsplash, to be fair.
It's,
Yeah, I
In
hear
the
what you're
Caribbean.
saying, but when Busy was on, there was a few bad man tunes snuck in there. And then he was okay. Ding Dong was on the other stage. He's more a dancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, I thought City
if
Splash.
it wasn't for
Man.
Beenie Man, if it wasn't for Beenie Man and Capleton,
Elephant Man's
it's
got a
not
lot
splash,
of tunes,
just any
nobody.
concert. You might as well call it bricks and...
I'm not big.
Elephant Man's got a broad catalogue.
He's got a lot of songs.
Most times when rhythms popped, he busts 2-3 tunes on each rhythm, to be fair.
Do I care enough to pay £45?
60 for some of us.
75 for half of us.
Right. But sorry, what you were saying? You were saying so City Splash. It shouldn't be called that because it's not a splash. There's not.
Nah, it's...
What would you want to see? A clash?
That's like Sting. That's what I call it Sting, you know.
City Splash Sting. They could do a separate stage.
Yeah,
what I mean?
Give us our own thing, just mash up everything, and we just want bass. Pure subs in front of the stage.
Nah, bro, look, I enjoyed City Splash. Would I go again?
Sunsplash wasn't a clash though, was it?
No.
No, it was Sting was always the clash.
Sting was
thing.
the clash.
But clashes all happen on everything.
Yeah, I
South
know,
to
but-
the east.
So
South
it
where we
being
come
called
from.
splash, what does that mean differently then? What is it you're expecting to see from a splash that you're
Comfy.
not seeing yesterday?
Nice one, Tongo's in the building.
Did we not explain that 5 minutes ago? No. We're gonna
Brendan, don't talk to Tongo like that, bro.
expect to see it
So
from
this the
the
side of the couch today, bro.
It's
You
cheap.
see?
So really,
My guy right here.
There's a delay. We'll carry
No,
on.
so really, what do you expect to see from a
Okay,
splash?
so have you ever been to any splashes in the Caribbean?
No.
Okay. So in St. Lucia, when they come over, or when we have any form of music splash, or reggae splash, or any of those kind of splash events, beach splash, it is a dance hall to the bone event. I'm talking none of this kind of soft artists. It's a hardcore bashment event. This, to me, that one went to...
I don't agree with that.
So I kind of can, because if you think about Beanie's catalogue,
Yeah.
he didn't do none of his bad man songs.
he didn't do none of them.
He didn't do none of them. So if Killer comes over, Killer ain't doing
What can he
the
sing?
bad man song.
Yes, he is.
He's not doing Lodge. He's not doing War. He's not doing them. He's,
I bet you he does.
Everyone's on the Kumbaya thing.
So why didn't Beenie Man do how
not
would you feel if you wake up one morning and saw? He didn't do none of them songs there.
But that's
a good
Beenie Man.
point.
That's not Battle Killer.
What do you mean? Yeah,
That's
but,
Beenie Man,
but
that's not bad
it's written
killer.
into that. So why didn't Capleton ban homophobic
couldn't
things?
do that.
Because
he
that's,
didn't.
that's a different level.
I think there's a thing. Remember, City Splash is sold to the public as a family event. You can bring kids.
Yeah.
Once you start saying raw, we're gonna have a man talking about bad man sitting.
Lock off.
Maybe.
So that's an interesting point there. Maybe that's the reason why.
Maybe.
I mean, whatever way you want to put it, right? I enjoyed the event.
Me too.
I'd
100%.
have to say one thing. Obviously, it rained, which is no control
That
of
mud
anyone
was
else.
mad.
The mud was
It's
mad.
fine.
Just say you put it in next pay, right? But you know what I mean? It was mad muddy. I mean, certain man made little tactical decisions which made sense as well. But it was good fun for the day. It was mad amount of people. There's people in there that I didn't even realize was there. It's only
Yeah.
afterwards I was like, I
I've
saw the
seen-
shoes,
yeah.
and I was like, right, you was there too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
this is it.
it was definitely a good event. It come like carnival. So will
yeah, I agree.
Will I go there next year? Yes. It's
Me
the
too.
smallest. I'll definitely
Yeah,
go there next year.
definitely.
Well done.
But I think it's so good for us because we're so starved of those kind of events.
And
So,
proper events like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. And
We're
proper
starved
artists as well.
what would you compare?
As in one stage.
What,
No,
in
it's-
England?
yeah,
But it's-
that's what I'm saying. So
if Speedy was here, he'd be able to say a couple of events. That
no, we're not talking about them one stage things in
Them garage
what's
events.
yeah,
Them
like
Gary,
Four Corners
yeah,
is
but
on
he
tomorrow.
likes all the
or
guys.
whatever
You
it
can
is.
probably name all of them, Rain, because I know you don't go, but you know what I mean. Speedy's got bare of them that he goes to.
Yeah, no, they're not the same.
Yeah, you can probably name some of them as well.
Continuing the musical vibe.
Yeah.
Did you know that Jodeci's album Forever My Lady is 33 years old today.
I was only 30 years.
I was listening to Capleton.
33 years old today.
Bad Man album.
33.
Wow.
Well, that was a slow jam album, but Bad Man album.
33 years old. And then and if you think about it now, if you now roll on, so that would mean that their Diary of a Mad Band album, which is probably people view that as their best album, that's got to be nearly touching 30 years. That in itself is mad.
You know the crazy thing is, I couldn't tell you that I've listened to any of the albums you've just mentioned all the way through. I might know one or two songs.
Yeah, I had the records, to be fair.
Man said the records.
Yeah,
I had the tapes though, no, I can't lie.
I had the records.
I had the tapes. Then I had the CD.
Wait.
You got the CD. You got the CDs.
Nah, man.
They had signed albums.
Mixing days.
But it brought me
The
on
mix
to
is good for
thinking, like,
garage.
If you think about how quickly that time has flown by,
Yeah.
when you think about that, I had to think to myself, okay, what other songs are touching 30 years old? TLC Creep is 30 years old this year.
Oh, wow.
Aaliyah Back and Forth is 30 years old this year.
I saw quite a few posts about that sort of stuff.
Snoop Dogg's debut album, Doggy Style, 30 years old this year. When you think about it, and if you think about how quickly that time has flown, the music that's out now, what would we say would be lasting that length of time?
There's nothing.
30 years time.
Nothing.
Nothing at all. You don't think there's any
Music or albums?
Music,
Which
albums,
Because
singer.
there's a difference in what you're saying.
I'm going in whatever direction you want to go in.
Because there are certain tunes that will last the test. Will last the test of time.
What ones?
I mean, I'm just gonna use the most current one in the rap game, like us, like that thing. They're not like us. That will last
I don't know.
a lot longer. It will.
Do you think it will last like Ether?
Ooh, it will last. It will definitely last. Not like
I don't think so.
it will last. It
You
will
know what?
last.
I think it will. I think
It will last.
I think They Not Like Us is the
It's like an
modern
anthem.
day ether.
Yes, it's an
the
anthem.
modern day ether.
So people like it. So I'm saying when you say songs,
And it's a party tune as
yeah.
well.
So people like little songs will work. There's loads of songs that are out there that we could probably go through and say, oh, you know what, they will last the test of time. Albums, that's where I kind of be like,
I agree with that though. I don't think there's albums that are gonna.
I can't think of
I don't
albums.
think albums sell in that way anyway now.
Yeah,
People don't release albums like
it's
that.
streaming, isn't it?
I can't think of songs. I can't think of songs that are out now that will be here in 30 years' time. Or they'll be here because music doesn't die. But that you're gonna remember like a TLC Creep, that you're gonna remember like Big Pimpin'. There's no songs that's gonna remember
Certain
like
songs
that.
now, they're nothing. But them songs from back in the day, you would hear them now and still get little goose pimple. You still get
You get a
little,
vibe, isn't it?
You still get a little.
But
Take yourself back there. It's all them things.
But then, are you getting the goosebumps? And, well, no, I have to correct myself. I'm saying what he's saying.
I nearly left.
Are we getting those things because we grew up when those songs came out? So what was that song? Was it not Shoulder Lean? There was a song that came out by some UK man then where they were leaning and all them kind of thing there. What was the song called?
Gun Lean? Not Gun Lean.
Something like
Gun
that.
Lean, no, Gun Lean.
So when that came out, if you were 15 when that came out, will that song last 30 years to you?
But you say this, right? There's songs from our era now that we could sit there and say we go through the Pay As You Go era, we go through the Heartless career, and the Soul Solid era. We could sit there and say, oh, those tunes are timeless. Do you know what I mean? For us, they're timeless.
Yeah.
The younger kids are like, what? What do you mean? Like 21 seconds ago?
No, but you're saying that.
Freaking.
That makes no damn sense.
It's true.
But the thing is, you're right. But on the same note, if they hear SWV, a TLC tune,
Right.
Even if they don't know the artist and they don't know the song, all of a sudden they're like, rah, this
Will they
tune-
say it's music?
Yeah, they're vibes into it. My daughter in particular, she wasn't around when these tunes play, but when I play them now, she's like, yeah, I know this tune, I know that tune, because they have the connection that the impact it had on us. You play it to somebody who's never heard it before, it has the same impact on them now.
So here's the dancehall now. So Frank Ocean, is he timeless?
He's
So
got
you-
a timeless song, but I wouldn't say he's timeless.
What's the song? Novocaine.
Yeah,
You're right. But he's got an Orange album. The album's called Orange. It's timeless. But a lot of people just don't know about it. Now, you talk to people that grew up with Frank Ocean or know Frank Ocean or got brought into that Frank Ocean, it's timeless. Drake's first proper album, what was it? Take Care.
Take care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That album, you can't diss that album.
It's timeless.
Like,
There's bare songs on that one.
That's what I'm saying, but you can't. But some people will be like, "Yeah, it's whatever. It's not timeless." Like, can I name songs off the album?
Yeah.
I can name the Alicia Keys one. There's Alicia Keys. It's a good album, but it's not. Is it timeless? Some people will say yes. Some people will say no.
Definitely timeless.
But
It's not an Usher album.
it's not.
Yeah,
It's
but
not. It's
I mean,
not a confession.
when you say that, what you're doing though, which is a bit unfair, I suppose, is you're relating a lot of our R&B albums and stuff like that, sing-along albums, I should say, right, are ones that you'll probably remember. When you start talking about rap albums and hip-hop albums, all right, they're a little bit harder for some people to kind of to resonate with.
Those ones from then or from now?
From now. Yeah, from now.
I think the issue, and I say this as a DJ, the issue with music that you get right now is that there's too much of it. There's no filter.
Ooh, I don't believe
so
that.
there's no filter.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
if
I
you
agree.
think about it, if you wanted to get any songs from back in the day, you had to go to a record shop. You had to listen out as a DJ or as a whatever you may want to buy. You listen out to what you like, and if you don't like that song, you're not buying it. Now you can just download everything, and what then happens is that the good gets sort of swamped over by so much things being out there. If you look at dancehall, for example, there was a period of time when dancehall rhythms that were coming out, artists never had like about 3-4 different rhythms coming out. No, there might be 3-4 different rhythms coming out in a week, and I've got to get the pieces of that. Now you can get 3-4 different rhythms coming out in about half a day because it's so easy to make music. So the problem is now, because it's so easy, there's no filter of what is good, what isn't good. So when we're saying things may not last 33 years, it's because there was a filter system in place before where the bad music didn't get to the top. Now you can get bad music getting to the top on things like TikTok or Instagram, simply from a
Algorithm.
gone viral. So it's not even that the music is good; it's more that the song is just gone viral. That's where I think the difference is right
I mean,
now.
I'd slightly disagree with that. I have to, bro. I just don't think to myself. I think to myself, also our tastes are different from a lot of the younger people's tastes. Do you know what I mean? People into the younger people into drill, for example. All right, I couldn't tell you a drill artist. I probably couldn't even tell you a drill song. I'm not into it. It's not for me. So when I started listening to some of it, I was like, right, all they talk about is stabbing and killing and da. And it's not for me. I don't like it. I don't vibe with it.
I think you thought. Sorry to interrupt. No, sorry. I'll let you finish. Sorry.
No, but it might not be, but I'm saying to you, I don't vibe. The ones that I've heard, I don't vibes with. There's a couple tunes I've heard, I'm like, oh, that's a banger. And then I've like, okay, I can listen to that. And then one time I was probably in my brother's room and I went in there and he was just a bare drill. And every drill song was, yeah, I'm going to stab that man, I'm going to kill that man, I'm like, but this is doing that tune was good, Now I'm just realising, why am I listening to, I'm going to kill this. I don't want to listen to this no more.
But what's the difference between that and reggae dancehall in the era when it was Bounty Killer versus Beenie Man or Kartel versus Mavado? That was, I'm coming to your house and I'm going to shoot you. It's the same shit.
I'll be honest with you.
Sorry to swear, sorry.
It was
that £2?
Yeah, it's a £1. Sure. But like, no, I'll be honest with you. It's one of the reasons why I probably came away a little bit from a lot of dancehall stuff because I started realising to myself, I don't want to hear that.
Really?
Yeah, no, I'll be very honest.
I loved it.
Brother,
me, boy.
It just mean I had to turn it down when my mum was around.
No. When I was younger, when I was younger, cool, innit? Very much like, yeah, I'm into this stuff. As I got older, and one of my influences, funny enough, YouTube's probably been a lot of it, where we started to go into a lot of soca raves. And I realised to myself, in soca dances, that's not what they talk about in soca. They never talk about, I'm going to kill this man, I'm going to shoot this man. It's not about that. That's the bashment stuff. That's the drill now and the gangster stuff that you want to listen to. And I'm like, rah, this thing's about drinking, it's about enjoyment, it's about partying, it's about...
That's why Rain don't like it.
But,
No, you know what? Soca is an interesting music. Controversially, I don't think it's comparable to reggae dancehall because reggae dancehall covers the spectrum. It covers all spectrum. It covers slackness, it covers conscious, it covers badness, and it covers dancing.
And it covers love as well.
And love. Yeah. Okay,
Vicious love soca.
so yeah, but I don't think soca covers that.
Wrong.
But again, there is a place for soca because I respect the music because it's from the Caribbean. Anything that comes from the Caribbean, I will respect. Will I like it? No. I don't even know if I'm using the right terms. I like I think it's power soca. Is it called power soca?
Yeah,
I like that stuff. That's what I like. But the beats are...
it's very bashment-y.
The beats are aggressive. The bass lines are aggressive. I like that stuff. Dancehall, when you think about tremor rhythm, buzz rhythm, they are aggressive rhythms. I don't necessarily like reggae because it's too soft. But
that makes sense why you wouldn't like certain slow soca songs.
Maybe.
But for me, the transition for me, going back to my point, was more a case of like I started listening to a lot of soca songs, and I started doing it to myself. I like this, it's very uplifting.
It's a vibe.
Do you know what I mean? And then I don't mind hearing a couple badness, but I don't want to hear it all the way through. So if you're gonna give me a whole badness album, I don't want to hear it. So when I've sat in my brother's room and he's now listening to a drill set, and I'm like, that tune was good. And I'm like, why do I feel like I need to leave here and stab someone? That's how I felt. I was like, right. But
not easily influenced, man.
No, it's not easily influenced. It's more a case of you're hearing them say constantly stabbed, killed, this.
Yeah, but
I just got to
thing
be in
is,
the way.
I understand what he's saying.
I
I don't
understand it. I
necessarily
get it.
agree with it, but I do understand. Because, sorry, one second. When, for example, I'm driving, if I'm listening to Bashman, hard, bad man Bashman, my back is not touching the back of the seat. And you know what that means. That means I'm winging. Whenever I'm sitting up like this, I'm moving through traffic. So it does affect your emotion, but that's what music does, isn't it? When I'm listening to soca and I'm listening to two Walk and Wine and them thing there and walking, I'm good.
You see what I mean?
Do you drive slow then when you're listening to the Walk and Wine?
No.
Not necessarily slow.
He still sits up.
But you're no. What it is you're chilled. It's like when he said that. All right. So for example, I can use a different one. It's more garage and stuff like that, or house. And you listen to house, I feel like I'm like, doof, doof, and I'm like, yeah, let's go. All right. And if you know I put on a slow jam, I'm more like, I'm not going to be winging through slow jams. I'm probably like, yeah, just a bit chill. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, fall asleep.
Cool. No, but I'm just chilling now. my vibe's different. You get what I'm saying?
No, music does
Affect your emotion or your feeling.
Yeah,
or
there was a I can't remember who the psychologist was, but they were saying that music does affect your mind, and they were saying that stuff like R&B, slow jams, certain opera songs, it puts you in a state where you just think negatively. Because of the like, you got to think, and I'm talking about the R&B songs of some of the 80s and 90s ones. They're depressing. You've lost someone.
I just lost my girl.
The shirt comes up. You know what I mean? It's depressing. Now on the flip side, I don't know if anyone knows an artist called Skinny Man. He's a white rapper.
Yep.
So I interviewed him once, and he said because he made a comment. He said all music comes from African music. African music. And I said, how? So then he started to break it down. So I said, Britney Spears. And he said, the bass line pattern or the drum pattern of a song that she made comes from this particular drum, which comes from this region. Now, these musics, and I was talking about this before, work on different frequencies. And the frequencies of opera, reggae, dancehall, jungle, because it was influenced by dancehall. I think soca, but I think it's the old school soca. You're talking about like calypso. They're on a frequency which make you happy. Reggae dancehall, when it was dum 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 dum, that makes you happy. The stuff that you got now is gonna tell you it's making you feel I'm depressed. I'm gonna kill someone. I'm gonna take drugs. I'm gonna bleach my skin. But that's what it is. The music.
That's a bleach your
No,
skin.
it's true though. Like remember in dancehall, bleaching was a no-no. Remember the last biggest thing that came out was Kartel said to Mavado, it's like I'm not washing my face with the cake soap. Yeah. But then Kartel, what happened? So he listened to his own song and thought, right, let me try a thing, and then boom,
is it not Alkaline? It's what's his name?
Who?
Is it Sparta? What's his name?
Tommy Lee.
Tommy Lee.
Tommy Lee.
Who's pale as hell,
Tommy
with black
Lee,
eyes and all them.
Six, all of them. They're
crazy.
all on it. But music's it's a mad thing. Like imagine life without music. Where would we be?
Yeah, that's not even...
Music controls emotion, innit?
For me, that's inconceivable.
Yeah, Bun Heidi Bless Joseph says, yeah, but sometimes you don't even have to hear the lyrics. It's the vibrations in the music that can affect your mood or temperament.
Yeah, man.
So again, another thing. So I used to be on a radio station doing XYZ, and they used to have a rave for deaf people.
Yes.
So it's and what it is, I don't do sign language, but the guy was able to talk to me, and I said, how? And my ignorance, I'm like, you got in the nicest possible way, like how you're not hearing the music, and he's saying, I don't need to hear the music. I can tell you the songs from when you're mixing it just by the vibrations. And vibrations are frequencies. Frequencies affect the body. Frequencies affect your mood. Color is vibration. Vibration is sound. So it's mad.
Dr. Rain in the building.
I just read a lot, man. Probably read a bit too much. But yeah, going back to the City Splash thing, I enjoyed it. I don't know who they'll bring next year. I think it was a good event minus the mud. I think the mud probably added to it.
Yeah.
But
I caught joke from the mud.
I caught a lot of joke.
He kind of gave it a little bit of more, I don't know, a little bit more cold because in the Caribbean, if there's mud in it. You just
it's warm, innit? You just
Can I ask, I mean, this is just a bit random. It's a
You're
little
talking
bit,
about mud. Remember that's really.
yeah, exactly.
it's a little bit. It's a bit about City Splash, and I'll explain afterwards. But you get drunk, we all go out together. We have a passenger.
So I get drunk.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. I
No,
know.
we have a passenger, all right? We know who the passenger usually is, but we have a passenger, all right? Do we leave the passenger? The reckless passenger.
Reckless.
Yeah, mash up. Super mash up.
Is it your bedroom?
What do you mean you leave them?
We have a... So we're not bridging, so...
No.
What do you mean you leave them?
We go City Splash.
We go see Splash.
So you're putting. I'm not leaving anyone behind.
So you're making sure everyone gets home.
Everyone who came has to get back.
I'm not leaving anyone behind.
That's the bottom line. Everyone who came has to come back.
Ready?
But
Are you leaving?
Someone might get left, yeah?
huh?
I'm just stating that. Someone might get left. I'd be honest opinions here.
They won't get left by themselves,
But they might get left by
but they
you.
might get left with somebody else.
Ongo.
Are you talking about babysitting somebody?
Yes.
I'm always passing the buck for the babysitting. I'm not babysitting nobody. But if I have to, then I will.
So you'll make sure everyone gets home.
You know me, of course.
All right. I mean,
No, to be honest, even though they might not come with me, I'm always gonna check and make sure that they're good. I'm gonna call when the rave's done and the reception comes back. I'm gonna call everyone and see where they're going, where they are, unless they've already said like I'm at home or do you understand?
Yeah.
If they put in a group, I'm at yard
Superman,
or
to be
whatever.
fair.
Why did something happen?
Well, you know what? I was on the train, right? There was one guy. I posted this video up afterwards, and I mean, I don't feel bad about it because I don't know the brother. All right, but I said to myself, I posted it up because he was spouting the most ridiculous thing I think I've ever heard in my life.
What did he say?
He said, so he was on the train. So we got on the train. Obviously, City Splash was in Brixton. Got on the train at Brixton. Got on the train at Brixton now, and he was still on the train. And then it come to me afterwards like, Rod, if you're still on the train, it means that you're coming from somewhere else. He was sleeping.
Right.
So I was like, oh, that means you've gone all the way that way and then come all the way this way. Had to have, because you still got mud on you. So I was like, right, so you definitely was at City Splash at one point. All right? And you're now sleeping. So I'm knocking him, bro, I don't know if you're getting off at Brixton. Wake up though, innit? So I knocked him, wake him up. I said, bro, where you going to? I'm going to 5 o'clock.
Safe.
Bro,
See there.
bro, where are you going
So
to?
it's not your bedroom.
Not my Bridget.
He's a stranger.
It's a stranger, bro.
I'm going to 5 o'clock.
He said, I'm going to 5 o'clock. He said, bro, I don't know where you're going, but I'm going to 5 o'clock. So I stopped. I've been busting up him, me and everyone else. I'm busting up at him. Some next girl comes, he goes, no, right, all seriousness. Mate, where are you going to? He goes, 5 o'clock? Well, I'm going to 5 o'clock. Where is 5 o'clock? He said, you're not trying to help me. I said, of course I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to find out where you're going. You said 5 o'clock.
I feel like I understand what you're trying to say, you know?
Where?
I feel like, although that's not relevant to that day, but I feel like maybe he's from out of London and needs to wait for a train in the morning.
At 5 o'clock.
I'm going to 5 o'clock.
Nah, bro.
You know when Tongo's
I
talking
will
from
play the
experience?
video.
No,
I will put the video on the MT podcast so everyone else can watch it. I'll do a snippet of it.
The logic of that makes sense, but in answer to your point about someone being drunk like that, or I'm assuming drunk like that.
He weren't drunk.
Yeah,
That
he
was
was
Intoxicated.
It was intoxicated with something.
Oh,
when
so he'd taken something.
I
basically.
believe.
You
I miss
believe?
my belief.
Oh,
innit?
By the way, did that conversation progress to anything else or did he just continually spew 5 o'clock?
Yeah, that was basically
So
it.
you left him on the train?
No,
Going to 5
he
o'clock?
actually got off at King's Cross. But,
So
but
5 o'clock
And
makes
King's
sense.
Cross is
5
a,
o'clock makes sense.
Yes.
it's a
Terminal station,
very
right.
good
But-
interchange station.
But what
And
my
no,
point was
no
more a
shit,
case of, like, I sat there and thought to myself, which of your friends just left you on the train, mash up like that?
But you have to
but you
talk
don't know
that from
that.
the other direction.
He might have said...
He left
"Don't-"
them.
He might have said, yeah, man, I'm good. Don't worry about me. He might have said, yeah, I'm good.
Bro,
Might
you-
have done, yeah. Might
Bro,
have
bro,
done.
alright,
don't know what I want.
let me just say this very clearly on the podcast so it's recorded. If I say I'm good and I've been drinking the world of amount of crap, and I don't know what he took because he might have taken some kind of drugs as well, and I'm not saying he did or he didn't, all right? But if I'm intoxicated like that, don't just tell and say, I'm good, bro, I'm good. And my mouth open, dribbling, all the rest of it. And then,
Alright.
But
And then
we're
leave me on the
assuming,
train.
so let's throw some possibilities in. You got on at Brixton. He was already on a train. He may have left the event, mash up,
About
walked to a
5
train
o'clock.
station and went to, what's the train station before Brixton?
Stockwell.
He might have gone to Stockwell. Yeah? Told his boys, I'm good. Got on the train, He's now heading to wherever he's heading. He's dropped sleep in that little time that you found him. Now, all he can tell you is, I know my train's at 5 o'clock, as Tongo said, which is and the fact that he got off at King's Cross, did he have an accent?
No.
That you
But
can tell.
I'm going. No, there was no accent. I'm going to play it to you. It's going to be on the MT podcast. I will play it, little snippet, and they can put it up there. They can make their own mind.
I just think you lot are thinking too much about someone you don't know.
No. But my point was more.
You're trying to be a good Samaritan.
No. I did try to do my goodness on that day. I was in a good spirit.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Because your man them called you and you said, I gotta call you back in a minute. And then told me I'm at home.
I was on the train.
Okay. This guy, I don't care. I'm gonna expose them, man. This guy, yeah, they left the event, yeah.
So wait, sorry, stop saying this guy. Just use the names.
Buddy and Citrus
Okay.
left the event, didn't say nothing,
They left City Splash.
yeah.
We had to leave at one point.
Is that the end? Yeah. They left the City Splash.
Let him land.
Okay.
Let him land.
I called them untold times.
Sorry, Tongo, not to interrupt you, but I think you should kind of identify who you went with. And did you come there with them?
Alright, start
Just
again
one
then.
second. Cut. Listen to the question. What is the question? Because this is going to be cut and we're going to put it on our TikTok and we're going to get people to respond. Is this Shegri? Go, Swilly. What was you saying?
Please explain how you got to City Splash. Were you by yourself? Because saying someone just left you doesn't
Alright.
quite give meat to the bone.
All right, cool. Me, Citrus, Buddy, Sorelli, and Nate, and Mike went to City Splash together. We all met at Victoria.
Matty.
Yeah? All right, boom. We went there together. Boom. Catching bare jokes.
Walk
this, that,
through the
other.
gate, got your search together.
Everything.
Right, okay.
Yeah?
Show tickets.
Sorelli even patterned us a queue line, everything.
Okay,
Yeah?
okay.
Boom.
Sorelli. This
And
is
Sorelli had our tickets because he bought the group of 40.
Okay.
All right, boom. Patterned us all through.
VIP
He
section,
scanned the tickets for all of us.
There was 5 of you, but okay.
Yeah, he done that one as well. Right, boom. We're all through. Boom. Nate had bought a ticket separately. I had VIP.
Right, okay.
So he disappeared to VIP for a little bit because
Okay,
his family
yeah.
was in there. Boom, bam.
We can skip that
Cool.
one.
Yeah, you go. Yeah.
Fast forward, we're in the venue. We separated a little bit, got linked back up, saw man like Rayman.
Yeah.
Yeah, linked back up. Then we got lost. Got lost from them, yeah?
Oh, you got lost from them?
Yeah. Okay. No. Okay.
Here's some rope.
Wait.
Go on,
Let
here's some rope.
Wiley
I didn't get
listen.
left
Let
from
Wiley
them
listen.
because I left them. I got left from them because when we was walking, I'm on crutches. Them might keep it moving.
Crutches?
Didn't check back for me.
They didn't
nothing.
check back to...
So boom. All right. So I'm now rolling solo in this place. It is what it is. Cool. Comes to the ends now.
Yeah.
I'm phoning because I'm trying to contact the event, but the reception in there is a madness.
Yeah.
Network's crazy. Oh no. When the event done and the network's resurfacing, I'm phoning these guys. 1 minute's voicemail, next minute's ringing. 1 minute's voicemail, next
that's
minute's
reception,
ringing.
so yeah.
Yeah, cool. I ring Dean, he don't answer the phone.
Citrus.
I ring Buddy, it rings, he don't answer the phone. I ring back Citrus, it goes voicemail. I ring back Buddy, he answers the phone.
Right.
He goes, yeah, I have to talk to you, I have to call you in a minute, I haven't got the phone. Then he's at home.
Oh.
Because I was at the train station.
So what's your gripe?
That man didn't even check if I was alive,
Oh my
dead,
gosh.
missing, injured.
Are you the one on crutches?
Nothing.
Very bad allow it.
Nothing.
So I suppose.
Now, hold on.
Go on.
Nate, who is not, I know them through them, man. He's
the
not,
man them, yeah,
he's not
yeah.
The man. He checked on me. He made sure.
Oh, no.
He told me they had a conversation with them.
What are you laughing for?
He told me he had a conversation with them. And he said, are you man not checking for Tongo? They goes, nah, I'm gone. He goes, are you going to check for Tongo? He goes, I'm going to check for Tongo. I'm going to wait for man.
Producer's coughing.
No. Sorry. I'm watching the producer have a heart attack in the corner because I'm
not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Jay is just shaking his head
So
like,
Nate is like, no, I'm going to wait for man. I'm going to check on Tongo. Of course I'm not going to leave man.
So I guess the question is
who's the fucker is?
is that we can't swear. We don't have to swear.
Sorry.
That's £2.
Is that Shegri? So that cuts that. So the people on
Right
the
then.
on the podcast
Original
on the
Tis
live
says yes, they were wrong to leave Tongo on crutches too.
on crutches, you know. That's mad.
Rain was also there though. Just letting that
Bun
was
Hardy
yeah.
Best Joseph.
I didn't go there with
Wrong.
Ray. So what if Ray was there?
Wrong.
Ray got by the same home direction as me.
1 second. Bun Hardy Blessed Joseph says wrong. They were wrong. And the wrong is spelled very long, you know. They could have called you.
They could have called you.
So-
Well, Buddy hung up on him.
No, bro.
Bro, you did. Don't lie.
The phone cut out, bro.
You're lying.
so
He said, I got to call you back.
So in the interest of having a fair hearing, because I'm taking this is now the empty court. I'm taking this now the empty court.
I like it. I
We
like
have
it.
to now allow Buddy to explain his side of the story, and the three adjudicators here will make. our
But
decision and decide
wait,
what
there's
it is.
three. Wait, is it just me? Hold on a second. You came with
No,
who?
no, but to be fair,
1 second. You came with who?
to be, to be.
One second. You came with who?
Me, Buddy, Sorelli, Citrus, Nate.
Mike.
So
Ready's a part of that, right?
So,
he's
so
saying,
let me
yeah,
just be clear.
Okay.
Let me
Just
be
double
clear on,
checking.
let me be clear on Tongo's accusation. Are you accusing Buddy and Sorelli,
Of
or are you
shaggery.
accusing
No, I have to be
Buddy?
part of the jury, so I have to be impartial, so you can't accuse me.
I don't try,
I'm
bro.
talking about Buddy and Citrus because Sorelli had already said from earlier that he's going home and was at home.
Who did he tell you?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah?
When I last saw you, like,
No,
remember,
no,
we
don't-
separated.
Don't bring me in
What,
it.
you left before Capleton?
Frank, don't bring me in it, because I don't know about this.
Hold on,
Sorry,
hold on,
okay,
hold on,
okay,
hold on.
okay. I was about to get mad.
Tongo has clarified that. So we now don't. Tongo has clarified the issue
Clarified
with
what?
Sorelli. He's clarified that.
He's taking Sorelli out of it for what reason?
Yeah, he said.
Because he said he was going home from
he said
early.
he's going early.
So
Yeah,
I went home
okay.
as well. I don't
Mike
understand.
also said he was going home from early.
Okay, so for the purpose of the podcast and the judge here, empty court, you know, he's giving ACS after a fight. So for the purpose of the empty court, Buddy, your side of the table, your side of the coin, what happened?
There is no side, bruv. We
Exactly.
finished the rave. We weren't together at this point. All right. I was actually doing something else at the time, or trying to. All right. And then all of a sudden,
You trying to do something else at the time?
no, I wasn't with them. I went with Tongo.
Right.
All right. Tongo went about his business.
Tongo did not go about his business. Tongo got left.
It's Buddy's time. It's Buddy's time.
Tongo, to be fair, when you was talking,
Yeah.
we was cutting Buddy from
Yeah, it's Buddy's time.
interrupting.
Okay.
You have to allow him to say what he's saying.
Tongo wasn't with us. All right. We watched the whole of Capleton. Tongo wasn't there. We watched the whole of Beenie Man. Tongo wasn't there. All right. Well, I didn't see Tongo for time, to be
I'm a
fair.
cross-examiner. So, Tongo, are you saying that Beenie Man and Capleton you watch by yourself? Just yes or
would
no?
tell you
Just-
yes.
Right. Okay. Sorry, Buddy. You go.
Right. So we didn't see Tongo for time. All right.
We know.
All right. So for all them performances, no Tongo. All right. At the end of the dance, when we was at Capleton, Relly had already left, Mike had already left. I was like, rah, it's time to leave. I don't want to be here no more. Other people had left. I don't even know where you was. I didn't like. Rain there. I went back to your corner. You went there. It's time to leave. I'm going. Everybody's bouncing. So I left. By the time I got to the station, this is when he called me.
The train station.
The train station. He called me as I'm going down the train station.
Right.
All right. Bait Nate had actually turned and said, "Oh yeah, he's gonna go get something to eat." I said to him, "I'm not going to get nothing to eat. I want to go home now.
Was
I'm
you
tired. I have work in the morning.
Intoxicated.
Intoxicated, and I had work early in the morning.
Okay.
I said, I'm going home
Question, why did you put the phone down on him?
because we were getting no reception. We was going underground. When he called, we was going
What
down the
network are you on?
escalators. Huh?
What network are you on?
E.
They get reception under the underground, don't
No, I don't. If you're gonna say I didn't,
I will clarify and say on the Victoria line and certainly on the Jubilee line you will do. And what line goes to Brixton?
Victoria.
Okay.
you do not get reception down there.
What I will say,
I promise you that.
what I will say. So I'm gonna go to the comments.
Okay.
Original Tissy says, "Nah, Buddy is wrong. I wouldn't go shop with him."
Thanks, Tish. Love you too.
One highly blessed brother says, "Original Tissy is like wow," and Original Tissy even said, "I vote Tongo as being in the right."
Right. Does anybody else have any?
Evidence.
No.
Cross-examination.
The people that are on the live now are the jury.
Yeah.
So you ultimately will say if Buddy and Citrus, who is not here today, are guilty.
For Citrus needs to put his point across.
No, he's not here.
To be fair, we
So-
should only say Buddy because Buddy's the only one present to
What
be
the hell
facing
are you
the
talking
charges.
about?
Why are we going to let Citrus defend?
No, because he has.
He might have a different story. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
He was standing next to me. I
And-
mean, I don't understand where we're going to go with that.
He didn't know
I
the
tried.
trial was on today. So
My question though is this: so you was going down when Tongo phoned, lost reception. But why didn't you come back up to call him again?
Well, this is how
That's the only question I've got.
The question is, he said he was losing. However, Tongo heard him say, "I'll call you back," and he just put the phone down.
Brother.
And then didn't call him back until he was in
going
his house.
He didn't call me back at all. He still didn't call me back. Oh, it's Thursday.
It's the first time you've seen him now since Six Splash.
Seen or spoken to him. Guilty.
Guilty.
I've spoken to him since then.
I still didn't have this guy.
Nah, man, that's mad. That's mad. Not even
Talking about.
Not even one text to say Six Splash was good, innit, bro? Oh, man.
Bro, I've spoken to him since then.
You have?
I just don't remember when.
You're lying.
The truth shall not set you free.
Look at my phone.
Is there any more comments on the live from that before we change the subject completely? So we've only got a little bit of time, but I do want to squeeze this one in. So the topic is we've now got a date for a general election. Yep, and it's a bit of a morbid thing. I'm not going to go into all the intricacies. One of the conservative policies, or is it policy? Yeah, call it. One of the things they want to do.
I'm sorting out my Jamaican passport.
One of the things they want to do is they want to bring back. You're too old. National service for individuals over the age of 18.
To 24, something like that.
Something like that. So what national service basically means is that when there's a war, they send a letter to your house or come down to your yard with an army truck and say your son or daughter needs to come and
for the country
and fight for the country. Now, when I read the detail, I don't think it was you had to commit your time, so you didn't have to go and serve. What you had to do, you had to volunteer your time on a weekly basis, or there was something else you had to do.
So it was you have to either volunteer your time for a community service.
That's right.
Basically, you had to be useful in society. You had to contribute in something. A voluntary organization, a charity organization, help the community, but you had to do something. So what they wanted you to do, by the sounds of it, because they haven't really given great detail, but what I've read so far is that it's almost like they want you to accrue credits or time in some kind of organization which is non-funding.
But it's also, you can also do a course as well.
Yeah, so you can do
in that time.
You can do a course with an organization if they're prepared to pay for the course, etc. But it's the way they're selling it. It's not national service as you would hear in South Korea, where you go to the army and train. and actually become part of the regiment. Yeah, this is more to do with national service for. It's almost like urban national service because. You're going to paint the gardens, I don't know, paint fences in...
Is that community service?
Yeah, community service is probably...
So there's two questions off the back of that. And we'll go round. So we'll start with you, Tongo, and we'll go Buddy, Sorelli, and then... What's your thoughts on that? That's a conservative policy, how it's been sold, and I'm going to put the caveat in as at the moment, and I'm going to mutate the situation after you guys have answered. How it's been sold, have you got any objection to sending your child to do that? Tongo.
Don't have a fit, bro.
Yes.
Why?
Because honestly, I'd rather my child does an apprenticeship.
Sorry?
I'd rather my child does an apprenticeship.
But this is helping the country from a point of national service, helping out the country that they are born into. They pay.
We help the country every day.
They pay national insurance into if they are working and when they are working. They use the NHS when they are sick. You use a doctor. They were born into a hospital where the healthcare was free. So you don't think they should give back?
They're using the parks.
We give back every day.
To everyone to
Say again?
use.
We give back every day in taxes and national insurance.
No, we is different. So remember,
I'm talking we as society.
Everyone, yeah. How do we give back?
As I said, through taxes and national insurance, we giving back to the country every day.
Not everybody pays taxes.
Let's just move it on. You're not allowed to comment on it.
So, buddy.
Do you know what? Controversially, right? I know I'm always doing this, but I feel we're a bit spoilt in this aspect because... No, I believe we're a bit spoilt like this because at the end of the day, we what we've got at the moment, I personally feel we should keep it how it is. But that's probably because I'm spoilt.
What do you mean?
All right? Like the way it is now, I don't believe that they should change it in the sense of, oh, yeah, you need to give back and da-da-da, because of the way that we have been spoilt in the system where we have a good healthcare. We pay our national insurance through the people that work legitimately.
Healthcare is decent. The guys are overworked.
Well, no, one second. The way the system works at the moment is the people that work legitimately pay national insurance, which then also goes back to giving to obviously the fire department, the NHS, and the police department.
But people that don't work legitimately still can use the NHS.
Which is why I said to yourself, we're spoilt because
Right, okay.
the ones that don't work legitimately they can still use all of these systems and get all the benefits from them, whereas without actually contributing to the system.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas obviously if you was in America or anything like that, you have to pay for an insurance.
Pay
You pay your bit to get your services. So we're spoilt like that, and I'm appreciative of that. All right, I don't believe they should change it and make us have to do certain things. So I'm not a part of that team to turn and say, yeah, I'm going to vote Conservative because I think they're right. I think they're talking chatting shit. Leave us as our spoilt self, and we're getting good service at the moment, and I want to keep it that way. That's where I'll leave it.
Sorry. No, you're answering the question. No,
I know. It just hurts. So the theory behind what they want to do, I agree with.
Jeez.
You saying that, everything is good, we have a good NHS system, we don't. We don't, brother. We have people waiting 2-3 years for an operation. We don't have a good
Then
system.
pay privately.
We had a good system, and slowly through poor management and poor organisation and non-communication between hospitals, we got hospitals paying £2 for one syringe, one paying 20 pence for a syringe. There's the privatisation, the way it's run, everything is broken.
Yeah.
It's broken. However, when I say I agree with the community service, I'm not looking at it as community what they're calling it. Sorry,
National service.
National service.
Bosco.
I don't think that is the right way to look at it. I do believe that students or young people should do something that's selfless.
That's bollocks.
That's entirely up to you, bro.
No, you finished it. Don't listen
I'm
to
not
it.
saying that.
I believe they have enough influence of being selfish, being greedy, being influenced by, you want the latest phone, you have to have the latest trainers, you have to have this to be. So showing them a different way of being appreciated, I think is a good thing. I don't necessarily think they need to join the army and do all those kind of things, but if they're encouraged as part of maybe even their learning thing, as they do in America, that you have to get credits from different areas, not just academic, but you know what? You volunteer 4 days a week in the soup kitchen.
But listen to what you just said. Volunteer. It's a choice. My choice. Don't take away my choice from me.
But listen to what I said. You have to add up those credits. Yeah? The one thing that will get me the most is that I have a feeling that if something like this was to come into effect, the elite would be able to buy their way out of it.
Of course they could.
They would say, my dad owns, I don't know, Ernst & Young. I'm going to be doing Saturday work there, just doing accounts.
Right, okay.
Do you see what I mean? So that, for me, that just negates everything. Because Rishi Sunak's kids are not going to be down Brixton handing out flyers at the train station. There might be. But you understand what I mean?
I understand the feeling.
The likelihood of it is
I just don't feel to myself.
Good.
I just don't feel to myself taking away my free will. My free will is I want to give to charity because I'm a charitable person and I like to give to charity. That's what I want to do, so I will do it. Tongo doesn't want to give to charity. Not interested in it. Doesn't want to do it. I want to sit there and be a bum or whatever it might be. That's what he wants to do. Why are you taking away his free will saying, no, now you have to do it because it's a part of your national service? Get the hell out of it. I don't want to.
Because it's a part of being in the country. So it's like if you had someone who was staying in your house and they just came in and ate food, didn't wash up the dishes, went about their business.
Turn the heating on,
came back whenever they wanted to. Mm-hmm. Would you expect them to contribute in any way, shape or form?
What I would do is I would sit down, what you're saying is I would sit down my ground rule from my household, all right? And if my household said that's what I require,
Okay,
then
think about what you're going to say.
yeah, that's what I require.
Give him rope.
No, because it's very obviously very similar to what you're saying. But what I'm saying to you, if I set a precedence in the beginning to turn and say, this is a free house. So there's houses that you can come in and this is a free house.
Yeah.
Don't now turn and say to me, now you're living in a free house, we're changing the rules. Because that's what you're basically saying. We're changing the rules, and now anybody else coming into the free house or anybody of a certain age coming into the free house now has to contribute this, has to do this, has to pay for this, has to do that. I'm sitting there thinking, well, now it's not a free house. Now you're manipulating.
So let me ask you a question.
I don't want to be manipulated.
So this free house you're living in, all of a sudden, they cannot afford to pay for the electricity. They can't afford to put food in the fridge. So they're saying, out of necessity, we're now going to lock off electricity. We're now keeping the windows open because we can't afford to buy the glass that replaces it. It's not a case of they're changing the rules, they're adapting to the environment around them, which is the problem we're having now. This voluntary time, now, it's kind of a red herring because you can get people to volunteer to do things, but you still need to train them. So, for example, if Jay, the producer here, said, you know what, he's going to take on some staff, he can't take them unless they're trained or they're educated in this environment. They can only do the labor stuff, you know, sweep up this and that. They can't sit at the desk. So he would have to train them, which takes up his time to actually, so it creates more work for him, which is why a lot of our organizations don't actually want volunteers. You said to them, you know what, our company wants to send 15 people to your company to come and volunteer for a week.
Also because they're going to be temporary, innit? That's another reason.
It's not just, I've now got to assign.
Training people for temporary
I've got to
purpose, that
assign
makes sense.
4 people to look after you, take you around. I don't have time for that. I've got a business to
But
run.
on top of that, then they take the skills that they just learn elsewhere. They don't even come into the big company. But I think we should let Wiley answer first. I do have something to say about it as well, though. But I'll come back after that.
Absolutely not. It's been interesting hearing a lot of the talk. We've got to remember, this ain't voluntary.
Yeah.
This ain't a voluntary thing. Your children or your child or grandchild or whatever would have to do this. It's not about they will volunteer. The government will be determining what it is this national service will be. So it's not for you to say, well, they can volunteer to help in this or that. The government is determining that. I want no part of it. I want no part of it.
The voice of reason and truth are working together today.
I'll be absolutely honest with you. I want no part of it. I don't believe that this country has got my people at its best interest. So I can't therefore say that I would be interested in anything of a national service if it's not going to benefit my people in ways that I would want them to be benefiting. So for me, this is all about the elite, maybe the government trying to win a election battle of getting the older voters to try and tap into the national service things from back in the day or yesteryear. This ain't about the young people, because even if these young people are doing national service, what does that do for the economy? What does that do for the country? It doesn't suddenly make the NHS, to your point, Sorelli, suddenly work better. It just means there's more bodies and more boots on the ground. I don't see this as anything that is needed for our young people. Our young people need tools to make them have the education and things to grow with. All of that there, national service, don't mean nothing to me.
Well done,
So
well done.
One of the things that they said that he tried to use, he said that like the university system's not working, all the students come out in debt, they mostly don't go into graduate jobs, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
All I thought was, but you lot created the university system as it currently stands.
They created the university fee system.
That's right.
As it currently stands.
To be fair,
So-
the Labour government didn't take it away. And we have to also have in mind, all these things that are in place now, it's not like Labour never had how much a year to try and take these things away and remove them. They kept them there. So it's things that makes the government have a lot of money. I don't see this as this is no benefit to these young people.
As I said,
No, but
I'm not in
not
it.
at all.
So certain things have to be sustainable, innit? Like it's like Maggie Thatcher. What did she introduce in the first place? Like certain things they become a part of our culture and a part of our system and how the system works, innit? So it's like as much as I don't agree with that or I want it to be taken away, you pull it away, then the money has to come from somewhere.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
Margaret Thatcher also brought in social housing.
Yep. She also brought in, you can buy your own social housing.
There you go, and that has helped a hell of a lot of people.
Yeah.
But so my thought on it is that I think it's a smokescreen.
100%.
I don't know if people have been reading deeper into it. I don't know if people have been looking at, and this might be conspiracy theorist stuff, but people are stocking up on water and tinned goods. I don't know if you saw on the news, people are buying overly this stuff. And then you hear this thing about national service. Now, the premise of somebody volunteering to help out, cool. But I reckon it's a smokescreen because when something happens and you hear those sirens going off outside, because you know, in every area you've got sirens that you can't necessarily see, and I think it's called a code black. When you hear that code black sirens, them people that was volunteering is being called up to bust gun, and it doesn't necessarily mean
They've been
okay,
trained in
you're
using
trained. It's here's your gun. Them man are coming over that hill. Pull the trigger. If you hit one, bless.
Cod ban them, yeah?
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I think it's a smokescreen. But further from that, I don't think that the Tories are trying to win the election, and this is conspiracy theorists as well. I just don't think they're trying to win the election. I think they're doing stuff on purpose to try and
Do you know, and as you say that, you know what's really weird about what you just said? It's something that came out, I think, just before the Mayor of London vote came in. Because I was going to, and mad as it sounds, I put it out there, I was going to vote Conservative. Do you know why? I just didn't want Sadiq Khan to have it again. And then it sort of said, oh, we're going to, it was something like, we're going to now charge everybody £1. No, it was, oh, we don't agree with black people. Some madness came out, and it was on Shade Bar, and I was like, Russ. I said, I can't vote Conservative again. I can't remember what it was. I was like, I can't vote. I was like, I'm
You
out.
sound like you need to find that though.
I know, you man laugh because I'm guessing you saw the post.
I can't remember what it was. I think it was was it a female politician?
Yes.
No, it was the female conservative candidate.
Yes.
Said a madness. I can't remember what she said.
She said something mad, and at that point I said, I can't vote for her. So I said, who are you going to vote for? Well, I'm not voting for Sadiq because Sadiq said he was going to make us pay £1 a mile every time you're driving.
Drive by mile.
So yeah, and I was like, no, I'm not voting for him. He's out. For me, I was like, you got to go. No matter who it is, I'm voting for the other one. And then she said a madness the day before the election. I said, Russ, you know what? I ain't voting. And that was me. I just said, I ain't voting. I'm out. And there's nothing I can do. I don't care. I'm not paying attention to it no more.
Do you know what? I actually totally agree. I don't even think it's the Conservatives don't want to win it. I think that Rishi Sunak doesn't want to win it. I think Rishi Sunak is in such a predicament. He's not getting no backing from his own people. And he's like, if I'm going down, we're all going down. Because if you think about it, whoever it is that takes over the Conservative Party after him, because he ain't going to win this election, whoever takes over has got to inherit the party and rebirth it. Now, if they're all standing with him in this election, who out of that group of people are going against what he said? You got Suella Braverman, who went against him. You have the former Home Secretary, I forget her name now, did she go against him?
Priti Patel.
Priti Patel, I can't remember.
No, it was the other youth, Sajid Javid.
But I can see, and enough of these people as well are saying they're not going to stand after this election. They're not standing this election.
Well, no, but you see that the latest one was it William Hague said he's not William Hague, it's somebody else.
I know you're talking about, yeah.
Michael Gove.
Yes.
Said he's not running for his own seat.
Yeah.
Because he knows, basically they know they're going to lose. But I don't think they're trying to be in power. They're not trying to be in power. The country is in such a state that they're going to say, let me give it to them, man, there.
Blame them
for a couple of years.
Or just vote Jeremy Corbyn.
Well, you can't. He's independent. As is
Still can.
our very own Diane Abbott.
My dad's on her own as well.
That is Arms House.
She's not independent yet, but she's been
Arms House.
invited back into the Labour Party. I can't remember what the
Parliamentary Labour Party.
Parliamentary Labour Party, but she can't stand for Hackney in her capacity. I don't know.
And she can't stand. Well,
She can't stand the representative of Labour.
What it is, it's all technical game playing.
Yeah, of course.
So the Labour leader hasn't said she can't stand.
Yeah, he actually said on news that he reviewed.
What he said is that the National Executive Committee haven't made a decision if she can stand. By the time they make a decision and say to her, you know what, you can't stand, what's going to happen is it'll be too late for her to try and get any backing. Yeah. But I reckon I genuinely think a lot of these politicians, they underestimate the feeling or the mindset that people of colour have in this country, because they don't understand how much of a backing Diane Abbott has got because of the legacy she has. People may mock certain things she said, and that's for them to do. But you see in Hackney, for you to get a 30,000 majority, they're voting, and that was in her. That was when she was under fire the most. So she ain't losing Hackney. They know she ain't losing Hackney, but they also know they can't come out and say we're going to take it away from her before the election, because the Hackney will go mad and will not vote for Labour, and that will be where they'll have a problem.
Well, where would Hackney vote then?
I think Hackney will probably vote independent.
Or independent,
like you're going to see with Islington.
Party.
Like you're going to see with Islington with Jeremy Corbyn.
Hackney's changed a lot. Trust me.
Islington is going to be voting for Jeremy Corbyn, no matter who he stands for.
Yeah.
They're going to vote for him as an independent. So if Diane Abbott was to turn around and say, I'm going to be independent, Hackney would just vote for her then.
Do you know what? I mean, I'm not the biggest person when it comes to politics, right? But I'm thinking, well, why wouldn't the people that want to be independent, why wouldn't they just form their own party?
They tried that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, I've forgotten his name now.
What, Farah? I'm not going to say Farah.
No. There was the young black Labour MP. There was a group of them.
The one that was in Streatham.
Is it Chuma?
I know it's
There was a load of them.
Yeah.
Formed this group.
That's when they got kicked out of Labour.
And they didn't get. I don't think they got kicked out. They left. They formed this independent group, and then it all went wrong.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And that's the thing. You can't. There's loads of different independent little parties around.
It's the donors, isn't it? Let's be candid.
That's the issue.
Labour Party and the Conservative Party and Liberal Democrats to an extent will have big financial backing. Remember, there was that man who came out and said
about Diane Abbott.
Was it Diane Abbott or Dawn Butler?
No, about Diane Abbott. He said Frank Heston.
Yeah. Makes me hate black women. Yeah. So he is a Conservative donor. At the time, I think he donated 10 million pound. They can't afford to lose his money. So independent people, they don't get back in like that unless you're going to get someone that's a bit rogue. And realistically, in the UK, you haven't got anyone like that because they're affiliated to parties. You need someone like Elon Musk to say, right, I'm going to donate $500 million to you.
Or just assign his name to it.
Well, then that's another thing. And then other donors will come.
Wouldn't you think to yourself, I mean, again, crazy talk, but wouldn't you think that one of them wouldn't reach out to someone like that?
They do all the time.
Even as far as to go as musicians that have got money, like a Jay-Z, for example, all right, or a Kanye West, and trying to say, look, you ain't doing well over here, give me some money, you get back in over here, and all of a sudden we'll endorse
but you have to remember, it also works the other way.
Yes.
If you get in bed with somebody like that and they mess up,
you're tainted.
Yeah.
Look at Frank Hester
you could be quiet. You can be a silent partner.
Yeah, but it's
but media doesn't allow that no more, bro. There's no such thing as silent no more.
But then it's like say Nicki Minaj donated 10 million to the independent Corbyn, and then she says, right, I've done that. I want to bring my weed from Amsterdam now. Here, make it happen.
Make it happen.
No, huh? No. Right, okay. You're moving.
Legalize some weed out here, bro. I don't smoke, by the way.
Well, effectively, this is what happened with Frank Hester. He donated £10 million to the Conservative Party. Coincidentally, he ended up getting multi-million pound contracts from the NHS. Coincidentally.
But this is the thing. But, I mean, sensibly, and if we're going to use something like what you just said, like, for example, Nicki Minaj, all right, it's like, wouldn't you want to do that, even if it's in the background, to say to yourself, well, now I have a stake in England, all right, to turn and say, you know, if he gets to Prime Minister status, I now have a stake in England where I can turn and make shit happen.
But Nicki Minaj, yeah, for her, yes, it's great. But then if that comes out under an independent or Labour government, what does that do?
And as well as that, people do that anyway. That's what all these what is it called?
Just not done in your way.
Yeah, but it's the way you've said. For me, if I was an artist from another country, I'm doing that.
Lobbying.
Yeah, I see it. I'm doing that personally. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, well, look, I've earned X amount. If I endorse, again, we're using Corbyn, but Corbyn, I endorse Corbyn. Corbyn makes it. He's now the Prime Minister of the country because I've invested a lot of money into him. All right, he's now doing the country thing because I believed in his policies anyway. Great, I'm a silent partner, but now there's certain things that I want. Like there's certain things that I'm now saying to myself, you know what, we're gonna do this. We're gonna put this in there. Wouldn't that now give them power, status? Wouldn't that be an amazing thing to achieve and to want to do?
Maybe, but at the same time, just because I'm giving you money doesn't mean that I'm allowed to say, do whatever I tell you or else.
Well, yeah, it does, because I'll just take away my money.
Exactly. Well, the money's already gone, but then
or else.
I think Buddy's right. I think it does give them status to say, I'll do what I tell you to
This
do.
is what they do.
Or
but it's not good though.
Of course it's not good. That's corruption. That's the root of corruption. That's what happens in Italy. Italy is rife with it. Colombia, rife with it. Haiti, rife with it. Jamaica, rife with it. Trinidad, rife with it. That's Brazil, rife with it. You know what I mean? It happens, but it corrupts the country. Now, realistically, is England corrupt? Yes, 100%. And
in different ways.
The COVID showed us that. The whole thing with the PPE contracts, all of that stuff.
The ships contracts is the one that takes them.
Oh, yeah. Was that the one where the ships weren't built and he took the money?
He didn't have any built. he never had a yard. He never dabbled in ships or anything along those lines.
It's mad.
But here's 10 mil, and you keep that money. If we do need ships, you're gonna go and source them, but in the meantime, hold on to the money. So look, we're kind of hurtling towards the end of the 2 hours for a long time. So just as a phrase, as a sentence, if you can, the next election is on the 4th of July. Independence Day.
Who will you be voting for? Wileycat DJ.
Labour.
Why?
Because as much as I don't agree, because I'm a Labour member anyway. I joined Labour under Corbyn, but I'm a great believer in that if you want to change something, be inside that change you want to do. Don't be on the outside because you can't change it. Try and change it from the inside. So that's my perspective.
Okay. Soreli?
I haven't actually made up my mind yet, but it won't be none of the big two. It'll be an independent party.
Right, okay. Buddy?
I mean, if I had to vote I'm looking like the independent party, like Corbyn. If I had to vote for someone that's going to win, and I'm thinking so far my vote's going to be important or counted somewhere, I'd probably go Labour.
Tongo?
I'm still in between Labour, as that's what I've always voted, and Liberal Democrat.
Right, Liberal Democrats.
I like Liberal.
Why?
For the last
Well, I say why to Tongo,
I
sorry.
did Liberal. That's because I said I don't want Sadiq Khan to be a mayor again. That was
the mayor thing's already been
Well, he's
decided.
done.
I know.
He's done.
No, I'm saying when I did the last vote, that's what we last voted for.
Me personally, I don't think I can vote. I don't think I align with any.
You just vote for the winner.
I just won't vote. No, I won't vote. But I'll make, because there's that thing of people saying, no, well, if you don't vote, you blah, blah, blah. Well, no, I'll go to the polling station and I'll write something on my ballot paper. Spoil my vote, because then I still have a say. But what the Liberal Democrats stand for, I can't agree with them 100%. What Labour stands for, can't agree with them 100%. And definitely what they did to Diane Abbott, can't agree with that. And then the Conservative Party, they were never a party for
us,
me and people that look like me. And I'm not even talking about black people. I'm talking about black, Asian, ethnic minorities. It was never a party for...
they're not one for our class.
But
our class, right, you're right.
That,
sorry.
They were trying to say, how can you say that? The head of their party is an ethnic minority.
What's your point?
But that would be their saying.
But he's a very rich man.
He's a billionaire.
And the issue is, I think it's more to do with class.
Money don't see class.
Than colour. It's more to do with them. They don't represent, and I'm not trying to take your point here, Rain, but they don't represent our class of where we are from.
And I correct myself. It's not about race. It is the class of people. Labour in the 70s, in the 80s, was for a class of people, the working class people, the people that grafted, grinded. It wasn't about race or nothing. It was standing up for those people. And then through some of the misgivings that the Tories did and supported, Swampayne and all that kind of stuff, it became about race. But it's not about that. It's about class. But the stuff that Labour are standing for, and they're trying to bring through the education system, I can't agree with that. I can't put a vote down to say what you're teaching my kids I agree with. I can't put my vote down to say what you have done to Diane Abbott and a few others I agree with. I can't do it. So I'm, at the moment, they might change. When the manifestos come out, I don't know if you guys read the manifestos, because I do. My mind might change, but I very strongly don't think it will. So
you don't think you'd even side with an independent?
No, because they still have... Well, in fairness, I don't know what they stand for. So, I make my decision based upon the manifestos, because that's what you hold people account to.
Not that it makes any difference now.
It doesn't. They lie, but at least I can say I vote. Like, you know what it is? We have this situation where we put down a vote, like, and I'll use race. Black people vote for Labour because that was the party of when a lot of people came through in the 70s and the 80s. Black people, blah, 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 blah. Right, I get it. That's changed now, but what they stand for as a party is not what they stood for in those times. So I can't put a vote to that. I won't do it. Conservatives was never for me. You know? I remember in the Mandem group when the elections came around last year, man was saying they're going to vote for Conservative, and I'm like,
I couldn't believe it.
I think that's a lack of education.
I couldn't believe it.
It wasn't. It was. There were people educated saying it, and I kind of thought to myself, really?
No, but what it was, they were looking at it from a selfish point of view of it protects me as a businessman, which I get. But then,
it didn't though.
Of course it didn't, because they changed the rules.
So then that's lack of it.
Oh, right, okay.
You see what I'm saying? If somebody says to you that this paper is blue and you can see that it's green at the bottom, but you still take it for face value, then it's lack of education.
No, I don't think I'm going to disagree with it, because in part they lie. All of them lie.
But we know this.
Yeah, but then at the end of the day, it's how much do I believe you over you? You both liars, but do I believe him or do I believe you?
No, but it's not. No, like, you're looking at it the wrong way. Which lie, if it doesn't happen, affects the most?
Yeah,
that's what you're gonna. You got to look at which lie causes the most damage.
Right.
If you do Brexit, we're going to get $5 billion that we can put right back into the NHS.
Right.
That lie has a much bigger effect on us than them lying about, I don't know, the amount of immigrants that are coming into the country.
But that was the point, even Brexit being the prime example, when people did it, it was like, oh, I'm going to vote for them because they're for Brexit, and the other ones weren't for Brexit. And it was like, I couldn't understand why everyone's like, well, we want to get out of the EU, for example, so this is going to be beneficial for all business people.
Lack
it was
of
the business
intelligence.
thing. But it was like, I was like, are you not seeing the stupidness? And they couldn't see it.
Because they weren't reading for themselves.
But in fairness, though, in regards to the Brexit argument, people were tricked. Like he said 5 billion, wasn't it? It was 500. It was 300
million.
300 million to come out. That was what was on the bus. Now that was a smokescreen. It was playing into people's emotional intelligence. It was playing to people that thought, right, I can't get a doctor's appointment for my child who's got X, so therefore it has to be
because
due to
this,
exactly. So let me vote. People were tricked. A lot of people placed votes through Brexit because they were tricked. It's not because they were ignorant. the governments or the people that were advertising, what's his name? Dominic Cummings? Mastermind. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to put a poster together. Nigel Farage, he knows how to put a poster together. He tricked people. Now, some of these people are beating themselves up saying, I wish I didn't do that. But it's not their fault. They were tricked. The people that we're supposed to trust to run the country are the ones that are tricking us to get into power so they can give their bedrooms PPE contracts to get them tens of millions of pounds. And that's the situation. And that's why I can't, at the moment,
Make a vote
for anyone.
So, last question, because I know we're right on time. We
No,
mentioned
over
lies,
time.
yeah? So it's a one-word answer.
Yeah, go on.
I don't want to hear any stories, buddy. It's a one-word answer.
I can't do it, sir.
It's a one-word answer.
Ask me last.
We're talking about lies.
Yep.
Kendrick and Drake, their beef was full of lies. It's been nearly 4 weeks now. I don't think we're going to hear anything more. Who won the beef? Rain.
Yes.
You said yes. Who won the beef?
Kendrick won for me.
Kendrick. Tongo?
I have no idea.
No idea. So ready?
Kendrick.
I wasn't paying attention to the thing.
Cool.
so.
I have no idea.
You have no. That's all. No problems. So, I'll just quickly say it's been entertaining, entertaining, very different this week, and I think we're going to be doing a few more. It's just everything rolled in together. Anything anybody wants to say before we got off?
Big shout out to producer Jay.
Yes, indeed.
Jay done well today.
I keep saying he's gonna end up with a microphone, and he keeps on trying to say he's not gonna have a
He just
microphone.
needs to be the
He
voice.
just have a microphone over there.
This is what I'm saying.
He just have a microphone over there.
He didn't do that. They just laughing most of the time. I saw the shoulders just chick.
Nah, there's
laughing.
Jadicator, he did well today.
Once we were talking about Sizzla, all of a sudden the energy was there. The voice just transcend
I can
over.
see a playlist on his Mac. Look.
He's waiting for you, fam. As soon as this is done, he's got one for you.
He's gonna play one in the outro.
But yeah, so we will be back in a fortnight. This has been the MT podcast, and if the glass ain't
half full,
it's
empty.
Mad thing.
Oh,